and everything that.
But hold on, I get you, Mr. Vincent, but on what basis would the trooper say, I'm just gonna tow your vehicle? What she does is, it seems to me, is say, you need to turn that vehicle around so that it's facing a safe direction on an interstate.
I'm not disagreeing with that,
Okay,
but the fact that she did that, everything followed after that. Until she told him to move the car, for whatever reason, until she told him to move the car, he was not under arrest, even though there's some indication, apparently, that you can smell alcohol on him.
well, when
She's not gonna
it's close enough and he's out of the vehicle, yeah.
But to me, the car facing the wrong way on the expressway on the shoulder road would indicate something's going on. But yet, my point is that none of the testimony about his walking and everything else happened after he was told to move the car and turn it around. And the judgment made, there was no testimony that this was done poorly, any sign of intoxicated driving or anything else, but yet he was pursued on that matter. The vehicle was moved from a position of safety by the trooper. My argument is,
Yeah, but hypothetically, and that's really what you're arguing. One might think that if the vehicle had been facing the correct direction, that the trooper wouldn't, that maybe the trooper wouldn't have arrested this defendant. But that's not, but that's not because of anything that the trooper did. It's because of your client having that vehicle facing the wrong direction on an interstate.
I understand, but that trooper had opportunity to deal with all that. Instead, he was ordered, told, move your car around. After that,
No, she did have the ability to deal with it, and she did.
Right.
By telling him, turn your vehicle around.
And there was no investigation whether he was capable of doing that. No investigation whether he was drinking or not drinking. Nothing like that.
Well, which shows that the trooper did a good job, because she didn't make any presumption whatsoever that he wasn't able to operate that vehicle.
Yeah, well, no point arguing the court.
What?
Not arguing the court.
Oh, yes, you are, but it's okay. I mean, I get used to it, but the troop, here's the problem, Mr. Vincent. I get what you're arguing maybe, but that the driving or what was observed by the trooper, you're indicating was induced by law enforcement. I say, okay, maybe, except that you don't go back far enough, because if you go back far enough, the trooper encounters a vehicle pointed the wrong way on I-94. And then asks the driver, and at that point, according to her testimony, she's not presuming that he's intoxicated. She doesn't have any belief that he necessarily is. Tells him to turn the vehicle around. He turns the vehicle around, but then she notices certain signs that indicate to her that he may be intoxicated. And it's from that point that she begins her investigation into drunk driving.
The trooper had my client move the car out of a position of safety.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
That's my argument.
Yeah, I got you, but I'm not sure that a vehicle facing the wrong direction on I-94 is a position of safety. I don't know. I mean, we'll take a look at that, but
anyways.
And the other thing is that you're also going to get into the definition of what constitutes a roadway, because it may very well be, and I'll take a look at it, that the shoulder constitutes the roadway also. I think by definition it does, but I will take a closer look at it.
Wasn't in the lane of traffic, I'd make that argument.
Right, but the statute talks about a roadway. Roadway under the, as I'm recalling it, I haven't looked at it. Roadway under the motor vehicle code has a very specific definition. which may include those adjoining parts of the lanes of travel, which would be the shoulder. So it may be that it's in the roadway in any event, but I'll take a look. Okay, so thank you for the argument. How long is it gonna take you to file your Frank's motion so that we can,
A couple, 3 weeks.
seriously? Oh, I mean.
Check,
okay.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
Two weeks, okay, I'll give you 2 weeks, what's the 24th? Yes. I need the Frank's motion by July 8th. The people's response to that, if necessary, by, I'm just gonna give you 1 week. I don't think it's gonna take long, by the 15th. And then I will set a hearing on that Frank's motion, which give me a Wednesday. That's,
I would give you July 29th.
well,
Would you like it before then?
I would.
July 22nd.
I can do it that day.
Yes.
All right. Then I'll hear the Frank's
Good
motion
morning, folks. Thanks for joining live with Cowboy.
on July
I am
22nd.
And we are live in the courtroom
And I will
of
issue,
the
if I don't
Honorable
issue it in
Judge
writing
Simpson.
beforehand, a decision
And
on
We are unedited
on
and
this motion.
no highlights, nothing
I'll just set
fancy
a hearing
whatsoever.
date on that for July 22nd.
We are
But it's
watching
likely that I
his
will issue a written
docket
opinion
as it comes along.
on this.
If you're new to these kind of
That makes
videos,
sense.
Yes, just procedurally, because I think I was confused.
if
for
you watch
this
other
hearing,
court
would be Frank's
videos or even
motion
some of
hearing
my
date.
other
Does the court
videos,
want to
it's
do an
not
evidentiary hearing that
nonstop
date, or is that
action
going
like
to be
you
set,
think.
if
It's
necessary, at
real
a later date?
live,
Actually, I won't
raw
bring the trooper
courtroom
back out again
footage,
2 times like I did this time.
Well,
which
except
means
that
it's
the
exactly what I
preliminary
said. It's not
inquiry
always action packed to the
on
brim. So,
on
but
the
I don't edit
Frank's
these. I leave
hearing,
them just as they are, and we take them as they come.
while I
I
could
do
hear
have
argument,
his docket for today
the
scrolling on the
court can
bottom of the
either
screen for
typically
you.
make a determination
Obviously not by
that
name, but by
whatever the defendant claims is
the
missing,
type
not missing,
of
whatever, that I could make a
docket that he has for
determination
the day.
at
So
that point that I still have probable cause.
that's brand new. I just added
if you're
that
following
today.
what I'm
So
saying. So I'm
hopefully
not
you guys
sure.
like that. It gives you a little bit of an idea when to check in.
I don't think we would.
But
necessarily
otherwise,
need
we're
the
in Ann
trooper,
Arbor,
because
Michigan. It's
if
10:23
the
a.m.
court
there, and
makes
that's my
that
time as well.
determination that
Once again, we are
there's
live with
not probable
Judge
cause,
Cedric Simpson in his
then we
courtroom
would have
in
to
Ann Arbor,
have
Michigan,
a hearing,
and
or
we are
that
watching
something,
today's
because
docket live.
what Mr. Vincent argued, I'm not sure the trooper's testimony would be necessary. If there's something in that, and just so that it's clear, if there's something Mr. Vincent's claiming that is in that motion or in the affidavit that is untrue, and that the truth of that, well, it could be one of two things. He's claiming something is untrue. If it's untrue, and I say, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, it's untrue, but I still have probable cause, then I'm not going to need testimony. If, however, the validity of the search warrant would hinge on the truth or untruth of that statement, then I may need the testimony of the trooper.
Understood.
Okay, that's the only way that I can really answer that. Why? The trooper said she doesn't want to come back here? Is that, no, is that what she said? Was she really critical of, like, it was Alan, wasn't it? That I get. Okay.
My argument will be, search warrant of 4 corners. So I'm trying to help the trooper not to have to come back, even though I know she's dying.
I know, no, you don't want her back because she doesn't really help you a lot. Just put it that way. I mean, she tells the truth, it just doesn't help you. I will make a determination if we need the trooper back. How about that?
Thank you.
And then we'll work around that.
His courtroom looks pretty empty at the moment.
Anything else?
I know things,
Nothing, Jacob.
especially after lunchtime,
thank
comes
you.
the
Thank you,
sentencing,
Trooper.
probation violations, and the show cause hearings, and everything you see on the bottom of the screen scrolling.
We've still got
That's all the fun stuff.
Fortunate
So
thing
right
is-
now we're just in like prelim, like arraignments and stuff like that. So, but yeah, hang out for a while. Like I said, I put today's subject dialogue basically, and what he has scheduled for the day in the ticker on the bottom of the screen, to give you an idea of what his docket looks like for today. So that way you know when to stop in and see what you're looking for specifically. They just went private, so that usually means one of two things. Either A, they don't have any cases right now, or B, more typical, is usually an attorney has approached the bench, or a defendant, if they're defending themselves. Usually that means they've approached the bench and it's a private moment. So that's typical of what that means. So the screen you're seeing right now, that's on Judge Simpson's side. So he's the one that decides when to go private and when to live stream. This feed is directly out of his courtroom, directly out of Ann Arbor, Michigan's courtroom. I believe it's District 14A, which is where I get the docket for today and all that fun stuff too. So, yeah, so this feed comes directly from them into us, in which we watch together. So when I say that it's raw and unedited, I really mean it's raw and unedited. I may do highlights later, but when we are live streaming together, you're watching it live just as I'm watching it. So this is quite literally live to the second of what's being broadcast on Judge Simpson's feed. So we're watching it together. So if you're new to Live with Cowboy, there's two main types of videos that I do. I do these lives every day. Well, I try to every day anyways. And these are the like raw and edited, sometimes frankly boring, because it's not nonstop action like a lot of people think it would be. It's especially in the mornings when it's the slower, or shall I say quicker, cases. It's a lot of people bounce in and out because it's not as exciting as some of the actual trials and more intense stuff. So, excuse me. Don't quite have a cold, but I think it's kind of allergies kind of playing a little bit today. So please excuse me for that. Anyways, and then the other type of videos that I do would be the highlight reels, and those ones would be from various judges around the country, such as Judge Simpson, for example, or Judge Fleischer, or Judge Raul Rodriguez. Anything that could be exciting stuff, funny stuff, angry stuff, outbursts. I post those kind of videos too. So it all really depends on please excuse me for a second. Sorry about that. My microphone wants to play around a little bit, I guess. And I got to fix that next break. Anyways, so yeah, I try to do the lives every day, and then I'll do the highlights if I can, usually later in the day, depending on how the live stream went and how long I live streamed for and all that other fun stuff. So As always, if you throw something in the chat, I will absolutely read it and I will absolutely get back to you and respond. I try to be as responsive as possible when it comes to that kind of stuff. As far as interruptions go, my best friend in the world, his name is Harley. If you're not used to him, he is a 150-pound ish Great Dane primarily. My best friend on the planet. He's right beside me right now. You can't see him, but he likes to crawl up here and pretend that he's, this big sometimes. So his giant head usually comes up on camera at some point. So if you're not used to that, get used to that. Otherwise, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Otherwise, that's basically it. So we watch the live stream stuff together and comment on it together, and we kind of go from there. Yeah. So as of right now, like I had said, either a attorney or a defendant or the prosecution, the state, approach the bench, and Judge Simpson wants that to be a private moment that's not broadcast to everybody, because sometimes they'll want to submit something evidence-wise, and we might hear it, and objectively we don't want to, if it's not going to be entered as actual evidence. So, sorry about that. So yeah, a lot of times he'll go private on those moments, and we're kind of locked out from seeing what's going on. Other times they're just, shooting the bull, and he just clicks the private button. So it all depends on the moment. Right now, this morning, it appears as a slower docket. On his daily calendar would be Robert William Downer at 9 a.m., which we are well past. His docket for 10 a.m. seems quite full. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 arraignments at 10 a.m. So it looks like he's definitely running behind. Then his noon, at noon, they switch over to more of the nitty gritty stuff. So that's the sentencing and probation violation hearings, show cause hearings, reviews, things like that. So those are the really fun things. But yeah, so his 9 a.m. was one evidentiary hearing, one motion hearing, one pretrial. His 10 a.m. should be 9 arraignments. It looks like they need an interpreter for one of them. His noon is 4 probation violation hearings, 4 sentencings, 4 show cause hearings, and 2 reviews. So it certainly seems like they have a busy day coming up. I'm surprised at the moment, frankly, that we're in private, because it's almost it's 10:33 now. So yeah, his 10 o'clock lineup is actually quite busy for the day, according to his online calendar. So today is the 24th. Yeah, his case IDs and everything are all up here. So I expect when he comes back from this private moment, or he may have even forgotten to click the private button to bring us back, I do expect us to get busier quite quickly. Okay, so that's actually on his feed. It's not on our end. So you see that spinning wheel? That would be on his live stream. Let's see something here. Judge Simpson, refresh this page. Okay. Yeah, that's actually his Zoom that's messing up at the moment. I'm on the actual 14A1 Courtroom C broadcast at the moment, and it's actually happening live on his end. So they just
Take a
ended
look
the
at these
live
two
stream.
liver scans. They're
Let's
both
see
mine,
here.
12 weeks apart.
Bear with me while I get us back in, because they should go live again here momentarily. It looks like they're having some technical difficulties out of his courtroom at the moment. If you're just joining, bear with us at the moment here. Judge Simpson seems to be having some technical difficulties as far as his live stream goes this morning. So I am just waiting for that to come back online. At the same time, I'm also checking other judges that, like Judge Fleischer and Raul Rodriguez and those guys, but unfortunately, they're not on yet. I actually haven't seen Judge Fleischer on at all this week so far, which is incredibly strange. I know for a while there, they actually did away with this live stream, but luckily they brought that back. So I'm not sure what his schedule is. Raul Rodriguez actually just came online just now. So let me check Judge Simpson's feed one more time here. And it looks like he's still having technical difficulties. So what I'll do is I'll actually bring Raul Rodriguez in, and we can watch that for the time being. Bear with me just a moment while I make some changes. Okay, so just changing some things over. It should only take a few moments to take place here.
line disturbance call at an apartment complex on the 7,000 block of Hollister Street in Harris County. So upon arrival, officer made contact with defendant and officer recognized him from an encounter with defendant 2 days previously where he called to report that defendant slapped him in the face.
Okay, so if you're just joining in, Judge Simpson seems to be having some issues with his live stream. As I said, this is live, unedited, raw stuff. Stuff happens. So I had to make some changes. I put the update on the ticker on the bottom so everyone knows what's going on. In the meantime, though, we are in with Judge Raul Rodriguez. He is out of Harris County, Texas. Same county as Judge Fleischer, actually. He's a fantastic judge. I love watching him. So I'm really glad to bring him on while we wait for Judge Simpson's feed to return.
Took her cell phone, her wallet, then you throw his hand, pushed the complainant in the chest area twice, calling him complaining for guilt.
Okay, so these two individuals have a history, which is not very good, right? Mr. Johnson, not very good history. Do you know, Mr. Johnson, if your client and this complaining witness have any children together?
I don't believe so.
Okay. And do you know?
Unfortunately, we didn't hear the beginning of this one, so we'll just listen in and see what we got.
They were
That
okay.
being said, Judge, my client's already got 2 options for housing. One with family, but the one that we're trying to explore here is the UVA house. It's my understanding that that is going to be available.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And he's a veteran?
Yes, US.
Okay. Okay, so I do see he's got bond conditions. Let me see what the bond conditions he has. He's got a GPS monitor. All right, you tell me, Mr. Johnson, what amount of bond are you looking to have it reduced to?
I would ask, I guess, two requests. First of all, I'd ask for $5,000. Court thinks that's too low, court thinks that's too low, and I would ask for some margin for that. Court can impose the interest calculated to the CW safety.
Well, he's got already. It looks like when he went before the magistrate judge, he ordered a GPS monitor, no contact, no going over to the residence, no weapons, no use of controlled substances or alcohol, because apparently it sounds like alcohol might have been an issue. And I do see also he's got a MOAT.
And Judge, he's got longstanding ties to the community, born and raised here. I don't believe he would be a flight risk, he has no income at this time due to being unemployed.
If the court were to lower the bond, is it family members that are going to post it? You believe?
He's not.
Right.
So I think that,
Oh, yeah. All right. Is he back and back? All right, let's do this. Why don't you have one of our deputies bring him out? Because I'm going to basically admonish him. I will consider a lower bond. It'd probably be a little bit higher, what you're asking for, but not that much higher. What I'm looking at is probably about $7,500. And I want to make sure that I let him know that he is not to have any contact. And as soon as he's released, he must go and get his monitor.
All right. If you're just joining in, thanks for joining live with Cowboy. We are currently.
Okay, so let's look. Is this going to be on?
Judge Simpson had some technical difficulties. We're waiting for him to come back online. At the moment, we are with Judge Raul Rodriguez out of Harris County, Texas.
So if you would just hang on a second.
Which is the same county as Judge Fleischer, if
You
you're
are Miss
familiar with him.
Is it Epshire? Epshire? Okay,
Excuse
well, thank
me.
you for coming
So,
over and helping out.
Well, I tend to not die
In
on
front of you, I
live
laid
YouTube
over
here.
a docket.
That's better, I think.
So
Anyways,
I'll let you know whenever I call anyone up.
So I
If I
figure
ever
we
have
kind
pretrial
of
motions,
check in
I'll
with
let you know the
some
name
other
and
judges while we wait
the
for
docket
Judge
number,
Simpson to pop
where he's
back
at,
up.
so that way you can find out.
His
exactly
live
who they
stream
are,
started
okay?
doing some funny
But thank
stuff,
you. I
and then
appreciate you coming over and helping
popped
out.
off. So
Are you gonna be here all morning or? Okay, Thank you.
We had missed the beginning of what was going on with this particular case, so we'll wait and see
Abshire,
when he
okay.
calls the next one.
I'm going to have someone bought out, Raymond Sorto. He's on page 40. Yes. He's got to report to pretrial if he's released on bond.
That way, or we can do GPS prior to release.
Well, is that possible? But I don't know if he's going to be released yet because I don't know when the bond will be posted. That's the problem.
Professional services, as soon as he posts bond, we'll go in there and install his device, install everything.
Okay.
And he'll be released.
All right, because he's going to be bought out, and I'm going to let him know that he is to get his monitor as soon as he's released from custody, and I'll let him know that pretrial services will also instruct him on that.
So, he wouldn't have to report.
Right.
His release, amend his bond conditions, change the details prior to release. And so when he makes bond, they'll install it, so he doesn't have to go out.
Okay, great. I appreciate that.
And Judge,
Yes.
if I may,
Yes.
the GPS monitor is going to be a fence around the CW's location.
Correct. It is going to be a monitor because I'm looking at the bond conditions, specifically what it says. And I see that the bond conditions, the GPS monitor that is going to determine about the area where the complaining witness is going to be residing. All right. All right, so you're Raymond Sorto Jr.? Is that you, sir? Yes. All right, Mr. Sorto. You have Mr. Johnson, you had a previous attorney, Ms. Clevenger, but now Mr. Johnson is going to represent you on this case. He is making a request to this court to lower your bond because I do see that you were arrested on this charge and you were charged with the offense of assault of a family member. I noticed that this was an offense that was alleged to have occurred on June the 14th of this year. And there's a person
As I
by the
almost
name
swallowed on
of
my chair.
Annie Baca that's accusing you of this offense. So you were arrested in this charge. You went to jail. You went before a magistrate judge of the jail. The magistrate judge went ahead and issued a bond in the amount of $30,000. But I also noticed that the magistrate judge went ahead and signed 2 court orders. The first one that I see is what's called a protective order, which I have to believe you have a copy of. Do you remember getting a copy of a protective order, sir? If not, I can print you one. But this protective order, sir, is a court order. If you violate any of the conditions of this protective order, you're subject to having the state file an additional charge, which carries a 1-year jail sentence. You were also given some bond conditions, which I also have to believe you have a copy of those bond conditions. Were you given a copy of bond conditions, sir? Do you remember? Okay. Those conditions.
Sorry, I'm just checking in with some other courts real quick to see what's going on, who's online, who's not. So bear with me a moment.
Now, one of the things that I wanted to let you know, Mr. Baca, is apparently there has been a history between you and Ms. Baca. Because I do see that you got arrested and charged with the offense of assault impeding breath, which was a felony back in May of 2025, but that case was eventually dismissed. But I heard here before you came out, there's been numerous occasions where law enforcement has been called out to your residence.
Okay, sorry about that. There's just not a lot of judges on right at the moment, so we're just kind of
not the first
in
time
a holding pattern
for
Judge Simpson to come back online. Like I said, we're with Judge Raul Rodriguez at the moment. He's a fantastic judge out of Harris County, Texas.
You and her were living together, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I do need to ask you, and I don't mean to be
criminal
personal, I
court,
just need to know, do
number
you and her have any
13.
children together?
You're probably familiar
Do
with
you and her
Harris
have any
County,
children
Texas,
together?
because of criminal
So
court number 5
of
is
the,
Judge David M.
orders
Fleischer.
on both the protective
I have
order
not
and
seen
the
him
bond conditions
online
specifically
this week,
order you
actually.
not to have
So
any contact with Ms.
they
Baca.
are on a different time
So do not
zone
call
than
her,
me.
text her,
I'm
email
in the
her, Facebook
Northeast.
Messenger. No
this
contact
is
whatsoever.
Harris County,
Do
Texas, so that's
not
a little
go
bit
over
different.
anywhere near her residence. And
Once
that
again,
the
if you're
residence
just
that I've
joining,
listed is on
Judge
Hollister.
Simpson had some
Do not
technical
go
difficulties on his
anywhere
live
near her
stream, so we're just
residence.
hopping around
You're
right
gonna be
now.
required also to
And
be prohibited from
checking in
possessing
with
any
some other
firearms or any
judges.
weapons.
At the moment, we're with
And
Judge Raul Rodriguez
right
out of Harris
before you
County.
bond out, if you do bond out, they're going to put an ankle monitor. Okay, that monitor is going to track your movements. That monitor is going to be specifically tracking your movements, and specifically going to be tracking to make sure you do not go anywhere near her residence. Because if that monitor indicates that you're anywhere close to that residence, then the county gets an alert. And if the county gets an alert, then I
Sounds
get a
like they don't want
report.
him anywhere
And if I
near
get a
somebody.
report, I'm going to have you come back to court.
didn't
and
catch
will
the beginning
probably
of this.
revoke
I
your bond and
apologize.
Put you in
But
jail.
If
and
they're
you're
putting an
gonna
ankle monitor
stay
on
there
him, or at least
until this
threatening
case
him with
is
it,
over. Do you understand, sir?
he is
Any
continuously
questions
going where he's
whatsoever
not supposed to
about
go. So,
All right, so you understand, do not call her, text her, email her, and do not go over to her residence whatsoever. Yeah, even if she contacts you, that's right. I appreciate you let him know. Even if she contacts you for whatever reason, do not talk to her, okay? Just leave it alone for now. Now, I am going to reduce
how's
your
everybody
bond.
doing
Now,
today?
I know that you're not
Throw in the
working, right,
comments.
Mr. Soto?
What are some of
you
the other
disabled?
judges that you guys like to
You're not
watch?
disabled, are you? 80% disabled? I know
Some
you're
of
a
my
veteran.
favorites. Judge Simpson
Who's
is
gonna post your
definitely one of my
bond if I
favorites,
do reduce it? Is it
especially
family
with his
members
docket that he
that are gonna
had
pay
today.
for it?
I'm
Don't
disappointed
post
that
it.
his live stream is down at the moment.
Okay.
Hopefully
And
he
you
can
do
get that
have
back online
somewhere to
shortly,
go
because he had
if you are released
quite
from
an interesting
custody?
docket today that I would love to continue
Okay.
to watch. I also like David Fleischer out of Harris County, but he has not been on this week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You mentioned
Judge
that too.
Rodriguez
Yeah, he hasn't.
here
Okay.
is also
All right,
another
Mr.
favorite
Soto,
of
I'm
mine.
going to reduce your bond. Your
But I
bond's
would
gonna
love
be
to know
reduced to
what is one of
$7,500.
your
You're welcome. Because I
favorite.
noticed that you had a
So
$15,000
please throw
bond on
that
your
in the
other
chat.
case.
I would
looks
love
like
to
you
check out
made.
some other judges. So
if you are
if you like
released
watching some other live
from
streams,
bond,
please
you're
share
going to
that.
have this monitor placed on your ankle. If you do have VA housing, that's fine. Make sure that you don't violate any of the conditions of this bond. Now, the other condition is I've heard that there have may been an allegation of possible alcohol use or abuse or things like that. You're also ordered not to drink any alcohol or any illegal drugs while you are on bond, okay?
Yes.
Any questions?
I have a problem.
Yes, sir. No, wait. I will tell you, Mr. Soto, you have a very good lawyer here. I've known Mr. Johnson for a long time. Okay? He's a very good lawyer. You're in good hands. Listen to his advice, okay?
Yes.
He's going to give you advice. He's not going to steer you in the wrong way. Just listen to his advice. If you do bond out, the county has a policy that once you bond out, you will automatically be given a 7-day court sentence. I mean, a court date. So I do need for you to come back within 7 days. As soon as you bond out, your bond paperwork will tell you the court date that you have to return. I want to make sure when you do bond out and come to court, I want to make sure that you do have your ankle monitor, everything's okay, and then we're going to reschedule your case again, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions? And let's do this. Ms. Asher, you say that we need to amend the conditions, the bond conditions? All right, so you're gonna meet with my pretrial officer, right behind you, my pretrial officer, because you need to sign some new conditions. Then you'll get a copy of those. Then we'll send you back. If you post bond, you'll be released, and hopefully, if you are released, I'll see you back in about 7 days. Okay? You're welcome. Thank you. All right, you're welcome. And just get another court date, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Mr. Casanova coming up. What's happening?
Negotiating on a case that you do update what's going on. This last name Salgado.
Salgado. Brian, right?
PTIs are even accepting that contract. He's got the device.
Okay.
Just $300 until it's dead.
Oh, okay.
You want it to go.
No. I'm sure you got other things to do, right? I don't mind setting it for like next week. Just reset it for next week. Just make sure he makes the payment. And then if the state is able to provide me the supervision order between now and next week, we can do it off docket and he's good to go. Now, make sure that you let Stephanie know because once he's released, he's going to have to report to probation. Okay. All right. But we can set it for next week.
From us.
Yeah, once he's released and have the supervision order, he's going to be supervised by probation.
Right, they usually send the supervision.
Okay.
to us like-
Okay, you got it. All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Ms. Farrell, what's happening?
How are you, Judge?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm here on Miss Timmon.
Miss Timon. Okay, what's happening with Miss Timon? This is a DWI.
Yes, I just
Okay.
need a trial date. I already spoke to the chief about it.
A trial day, a good old trial by jury, right?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Yanaway, do you see this case, Timon?
I do, Judge.
Is this a case that you represent the state on?
I'm currently just checking in
Oh, you're
around the
gonna
country
inherit
with
this
some other
case.
judges.
Okay. As-
Once again, I would love to know what are some of your favorite judges that you'd like to watch live, because I would love to add them, check them out myself. So throw
As
them in the
far as you're
comments.
aware, Mr.
so
Yanaway,
I
do you
can
see in
take
your
a look.
system whether all the
we would be
discovery
looking
that's
for
provided
live
to Ms.
stream.
Farrell-
Everything that we've got has been released.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And as far as you know, Ms. Farrell, have
So
you
there
gotten
is
all the
a,
discovery that you're aware of?
Trial
And
about to
any
start.
discovery or additional discovery that you might have requested?
I think I've got everything.
Okay. Is this, all right, is this a accident? Breath of blood? Okay. And do you know the amount?
0.098.
Ooh, that's a good tribal case. Very good tribal case, huh?
If they still have the 6-month PTI program, we're about to do it, but normal PTI,
1 year.
yeah, we interlock all the money.
Oh, I know.
And they ask, the other big issue is that every single PTI is contracted with IIP and SRP.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's part of the contract?
Almost all of mine are.
Really? Don't they do a TRAS though?
I mean, no.
They don't do a TRAS?
Really? Felony, all my felony cases are coming back as inpatient in custody.
Really? Might as well try it, huh?
Somebody's got their hand in somebody's pocket.
Well, I won't say that, but anyway. I guess, I know, I hear you. You probably have no choice but to try it. And what's the worst case scenario, right? Okay.
I'm served out.
Well, I don't know about that, but anyway. But a probation, but it'll be a conviction, but anyway, all right.
But it's like, if the person can take the conviction, why not just try it?
No,
So we don't have to be-
Hey, I hear you. I hear all your options. I see, looks like he does not have a local record. And do you see, Mr. Yanaway, Mr. Timmon has any other history outside of Harris County?
Just a disorderly conduct from Brazoria County, it's a class three.
Let me just rerun it, Judge, because I've been surprised before. I don't necessarily expect it to be on the form, but you never know. I don't know.
25 years old.
Like last week, the one where you had asked that, and 2 days after our case, you got arrested in Galveston County for the same thing.
Oh, well, I'm expecting Mr. Timmons going to behave, right, Ms. Farrell? Especially since you're representing him, you're going to tell him, you're going to behave. I know. Just like your kid, right? Just like your kid. Hey.
And like, I had to yell at my son all day yesterday, so.
As a defense says, nothing.
Okay. All right, let me look at my trial calendar. I'm pretty booked though.
Yeah.
All right, let me see here.
Same, so.
You too? I'm sure you're booked also, right? All right, let me look at my calendar here. Your client's on bond, right? So not necessarily, I mean, I know he wants to finalize this as quickly as possible, but I'm looking at my
So I'm just checking in. There's a trial going on that I was interested in. Judge Simpson is still having technical difficulties, so I'm checking in with some other judges around the country that I like. there's actually a pretty large trial going on in Harris County that I wanted to check in with. However, it just started. Oh, we're starting to get some audio.
Montclair?
Maybe that's.
There it-
There. Stephen,
We'll take a listen in and see what we got.
Yes,
how are you today?
yes, fine.
Okay, so we've got the Stovall case in front of us. Mr. Stovall hadn't showed up. Let me take a look at your paperwork and tell me the amount of monthly rent here.
Today I'm coming, I just could you help me receive code date?
Sorry, I couldn't catch that. Say it again.
Could you help me receive the code date?
You wanna reset the court date?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're happy to. When would you like to reset it to?
2 weeks.
That's fine. The only thing, I only have the authority to move things 1 week. So if you want me to move it 2 weeks, I'm happy to do it. I just need an email from you. If you could email, and Eric can give you the email if you don't have it. I think it's my JP. If you could email just stating that you're requesting the case be reset for 2 weeks would that be today, or are we meeting 2 weeks from today? Or no, it'd be 2 weeks from yesterday, right?
Yes.
Okay. It'll be Tuesday, whatever that week is. I don't know the exact date, but 2 weeks away. Okay,
fine.
does that work for you?
7th at 1.
Yeah, good, thank you.
7th at 1 p.m. Actually, can we put them in the morning since they'll need legal aid to be screened. So
Okay.
those aren't resets, like a settlement reset.
Okay.
Do you think you may work it out? Is that why you are resetting it?
That's unfortunate.
Yes,
This was
Okay,
actually one of
great.
the trials
All right,
that I
we'll
wanted to
reset you in
check
the
in
morning
with.
on the 7th.
okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Is that your only one today?
Yes, that's all, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, don't forget to send that email. Have a good day.
Okay.
So we are waiting for Judge Simpson to fix his live stream. I'm incredibly surprised that it's not back online yet.
Misfortune, how are you today?
But while his stream is down, I am visiting with some other judges and some other trials going on around the country. This is a trial out of Harris County, Texas at the moment.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, what do you want to do next?
Houston Housing Authority by Oxford Place versus Ebony Edison. And
Once
Oliver
again, if you're just
occupants.
joining us, thanks for
Last call for Ebony
hopping on with
Edison.
Live with Cowboy. I greatly appreciate
All
it.
right, who's
Sorry,
here for
I have an
Houston
extremely
Housing?
watery eye for some reason today. Judge
Are you here for
Simpson
Houston
was
Housing
live
Authority?
this morning, and he has quite the docket
Place.
today too. I was really interested in that.
Ms.
However,
Turner?
his live stream started
Yes, sir.
How are
glitching
you
and
today?
then died,
I'm okay.
and it's been
yourself?
offline
I'm
for
good.
about
Okay,
29 minutes
let's look
now.
at what we got
And
here.
I'm shocked that he hasn't gotten that back
What's the,
online. He is incredibly faithful with
situation
his
here? What are
live
you
stream.
seeking?
So we're just checking in with
Background.
some other trials
Seeking
and
possession of the unit.
judges around the country at this time while we wait to get
Okay,
his live
and are you
stream
also
back.
seeking back rent?
You don't owe any rent.
So
I'm
what's the
always
basis of
interested
your
in
eviction?
learning what my
CBC.
viewers like to watch. So
Okay.
as far as live, unedited,
All right.
live
so
stream
ha-
judges or
walk
any
me
good
through what's
trials
going on.
going on right now, throw those in
Are
the
you saying
chat.
there's a
I would
failed
love to check them
inspection?
out.
A failed criminal background.
And we
Oh,
can
okay.
watch those together.
All right. And how long has the tenant lived there?
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. I see the lease agreement. I'm looking for the start date on it. One that started in 23. Was there criminal activity that occurred? What happened?
It was for her annual recertification for 2025.
Okay, and have y'all provided the court with the specific violations and what the basis was? I see it. You do. You've got a cause number here. Okay. Is the tenant in jail now?
No, she was already released from jail.
Okay, how long was she just placed in jail for a brief amount of time, or was she actually sentenced to jail?
I'm not exactly sure, but I know she was out on last week. She came to the office last week stating that she was out.
Okay. And is your attorney here? I see you're represented by counsel.
She was on the screen.
Is she here? Still? Everybody's here?
It looked like
What's her name?
Karina Sanchez.
Miss Sanchez, are you there?
Seen her earlier.
Okay, let's come back to it. I'd like to visit with the attorney about that.
Good morning.
Also-
For Sanchez, is it Karina Sanchez that y'all called for?
Yes, hi, Miss Sanchez. How are you today?
Hey, Judge, how are you? Nice to see you.
I'm good. So I understand there's, and I'm looking at the petition. And I'm trying to determine whether, it looks like deferred adjudication with community supervision for an assault charge.
Yes,
And
sir.
is it
And
anything else or
then there
just
was a
that one?
revocation. There was a revocation, I believe, Judge. So it was, there was an order for deferred, and then it got placed. There was then a judgment that was
Okay.
issued after, I believe, revocation, and then there was another theft case that was there as well.
Okay. And does she live there alone, Miss Edison?
No, she has kids with her.
Okay. And have y'all had any contact with her since the notice to vacate was delivered?
This is probably the least
Yes.
productive day of
And,
court that I've ever had.
What's her situation? Do you know if she started looking for a new place to live? Did y'all discuss this issue with her?
No, we delivered the notice to vacate. She was still incarcerated at the time. She came to the office on last week, letting us know that she was out of jail and she doesn't know. She was just basically saying she don't know why she's being evicted.
Okay. And I'm looking for the specific, I think you've cited the provisions in the lease. Looks like paragraph 20 and 25 and 32. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do I have the lease here? Let's see. I just saw it. Let me take a look at it.
I believe we filed it, Judge.
I've got it. I'm looking at it now.
Awesome.
What's the main paragraph? I'm right now looking at 20, which is the first one you listed. What's the main one you're relying on? That just has to do with recertification. Where's the one that says a criminal act can get you evicted or be a termination?
Criminal activity would be, I believe, in 25. Let's see.
I have another one that I'm going to pop up here in
C7.
just a second.
And were these misdemeanors or felonies that we're talking? Or do you know?
So I believe one of them, Judge, let me look. I can look and tell you real quick. They were misdemeanors. The assault was a misdemeanor. Both were Class A misdemeanors, Your Honor.
And have there been final convictions in those?
Bear with me just a moment, folks. I apologize.
non-monetary conditions or a combination
57.46.
of monetary.
Okay, so if you're just joining in, I apologize for all the messing around this morning. Judge Simpson's feed died, and I've been kind of bouncing around with some other judges this morning, trying to find a trial that I would like or some criminal court that I would like. I think we're going to settle in with New Jersey here for a little bit and see how this goes. I'll be monitoring for Judge Simpson's live stream to come back up. But in the meantime, I think we're going to hang out here and see how it goes. They just passed off a private email, so that's what's happening at the moment. If you're just tuning in, Judge Simpson had some technical difficulties this morning, and we are tuning in. We're tuning in with New Jersey courts at the moment, watching in on some of their trials while we wait for Judge Simpson to get back up online. I've been kind of bouncing around this morning to some different trials and different judges. Haven't quite settled in on one I wanted. There's really not a ton going on today for live streams, and I really enjoy doing the live unedited streams with people. So we're going to settle in here on New Jersey for a bit and see how this goes. I think we're just waiting for an attorney to show up so they can call the next case here. And I just checked, Judge Simpson's live stream is still offline. I think we're going on about 45 minutes now. I've never seen that happen before, especially with a full docket. So we'll kind of hang out here for a bit and see how it goes. So he's in jail at the moment. It sounds like for violation. Some violation of bond or probation. So let's see what we got. So she's the assistant prosecutor. So they're going to try and keep him in jail until his trial. That's what they're going on right now. So domestic violence. Interesting. So he's got a decent rap sheet. Being 67 years old, I just find it odd that a domestic violence attempt put him in jail again, and now the victim says that it's okay that he be released. Not only be released, but it's okay that they have contact. I find that really interesting. Now, the state's obviously trying to keep him in because of his long rap sheet, so I'm interested to see how that turns out. So he was released on conditions, bond conditions, and he immediately 2 days later broke them. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's my good boy. Yeah, but he already failed to abide by a no contact order. I mean, I'm not picking sides or anything and being objective, just stating that the obvious is he already has he's already not abided by no contact orders several times actually. Yeah, if she's not at the location. The problem is he keeps violating his conditions of bond or release, I should say. Just checking in again, Judge Simpson's feed is still offline. Something definitely odd is going on with that. That's extremely unusual for him to be offline with such a busy day for an hour. So we'll continue to kind of bounce around a little bit. I'm going to check in on some other judges that I like as well. So for at the moment, we'll stay with New Jersey and see how it goes.
Because the amount that the state mentioned was under
Bouncing over to Judge Raul
$100.
Rodriguez
But because he has a prior, this particular case elevates it to a Class B. Okay. All right, Mr. Harper. The court's going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. You are being charged with the offense of theft. That is a Class B misdemeanor, which means that you can be sentenced to up to 1 year, 6 months in the county jail, and you can be given a maximum fine of up to $2,000. So what we're going to do this morning is the court's going to order some conditions regarding your bond. So, Mr. Harper, the court's going to order that while you're on bond, you'll be prohibited from going to any Walmart store in Harris County.
So
Do not
he
go back to any
sounds like
Walmart
he stole
store.
from a Walmart.
Secondly, the court's going to order while you're on bond.
And they are going to
prohibited
proceed
from
with his
possessing any
charges.
firearms
This is a preliminary.
or any weapons. Okay. These two conditions of bond, sir, are going to remain until this case is over. I'm going to ask you to sign these bond conditions. You'll be given a copy of these conditions of bond. If you violate any of the conditions of this bond,
Not a preliminary.
sir,
I
you're subject to
apologize.
having the
This
bond
is
that you're
I'm so
currently
used to
on
Judge
revoke,
Simpson.
and you can be
This is
taken
a
into custody.
probable.
Now, I need to let you
probable
know,
cause.
Mr. Harper.
So they did find
I'm
probable
looking in my
cause with
system,
his
on your
case
criminal
here
history.
that they want to continue with the theft charges,
This
but
isn't
he's
the
got some
first
conditions on
time
his
that I
bond,
see that you've been
such as not
arrested
returning to the
for the
Walmart in which
offense
he
of
stole
theft.
from,
I see
and some other
multiple
ones here.
times that you were arrested and charged with the offense of theft here in Harris County. I see 1, 2, 3, 4,
No, he's got a record of this.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh my God.
I see 13 cases, sir, or 13 different times that you have been arrested and charged with the offense of theft. This case today
I got
makes
13,
14.
13, this is 14
So, Mr.
cases of
You
theft.
are you're not on a very good path. You know what I mean? Because if you get arrested and charged with theft, if you go to any place and take something that's worth $1, guess where you're going? Guess where you're going? You're going to jail because of all of your prior
Yeah,
history.
that's ridiculous. He's got a ton of them.
That will be on your record for the rest of your life. And if you go and just take a pen and you get caught, you're going to jail. Okay? It's not worth going to jail over something like this. All right. So, Mr. Harper, you're going to need a lawyer to represent you on this case. Do you want me to appoint you a lawyer this morning, sir?
Yes.
I will appoint you an attorney. Mr. Harper, any questions on anything I mentioned to you, sir?
No, sir.
All right, right behind you to your right at the table, my pretrial officer. Go with her to sign your bond conditions. Have a seat. We're going to appoint you a lawyer, okay? Thank you. Millie? Page 11, Harper, Terrence, court appoint. All right. Ready? Next one is Ibarra, I-B-A-R-R-A, Jacob. Jacob Ibarra, coming up, sir. All right, sir, you are Jacob Ibarra?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ibarra, you do not have a lawyer today, right? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Ibarra, I just wanted to inform you that there has not been a judge that has heard probable cause on your case yet. So I'm going to ask the assistant district attorney to read to me the facts surrounding why you were arrested and charged with this offense. When he's reading the facts of your case, I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to listen. After I hear the facts of your case, the court is going to determine whether there exists sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. If the court does find probable cause, then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what you're being charged with. We're going to talk about any conditions of bond the court may impose, and then we're going to talk about an attorney. All right, Mr. Yanaway, whenever you're ready, may proceed.
On April 18th, 2026, at 11:44 p.m., law enforcement was on patrol and observed a vehicle traveling with only one illuminated front headlight and initiated a traffic stop. Law enforcement approached the vehicle to make contact with the driver and defendant. Law enforcement observed the defendant to have glossy eyes, feet, and a odor of alcoholic beverage. Defendant admitted to drinking 1 beer prior to driving. Law enforcement observed an empty beer bottle on the scoreboard. Field sobriety tests were conducted, 6 out of 6 HGN, 3 out of 8 walk and turn, 1 out of 4 one-leg stand. EIC was read and defendant refused the samples. Search warrant for blood was obtained and executed. And we do have the blood results already, Judge. But those are the facts for PC.
Okay. Mr. Ibarra, the court's going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. You are being charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated. That is a Class B misdemeanor, which means that you can be sentenced to up to 6 months in the county jail, and you can be given a maximum fine of up to $2,000. It also means that if you had a valid Texas driver's license at the time of your arrest, DPS may suspend your license as a result of this arrest. So what we're going to do this morning, sir, is the court's going to order some conditions regarding your bond. And Ms. Absher, This is going to be on page 12, Ibarra. Mr. Ibarra, the court's going to order that while you're on bond, you will be prohibited from possessing any firearms or any weapons. While you're on bond, you will also be prohibited from drinking any alcohol or any controlled substance that you do not have a prescription for, okay? These two conditions of bond are going to remain until this case is over. I'm going to ask you to sign these bond conditions. You'll be given a copy of these conditions of bond. If you violate any of the conditions of this bond, you're subject to having the bond that you're currently on revoked, and you can be taken to custody. Now, you're going to need an attorney, sir, to represent you on this case. There's two options regarding a lawyer. I can reschedule your case to give you time to hire your own attorney, or would you like the court to appoint you an attorney this morning?
I'd like to put a 2030 on the board.
No worries. I don't mind appointing you attorney, Mr. Ibarra. You do qualify for one. All right, so I will appoint you an attorney this morning. All right, sir. Do you have any questions on anything I mentioned to you? All right.
No, Your Honor.
Right behind you, the table. My preacher, go with her, sign your conditions, have a seat. I'll appoint you a lawyer. Millie, page 12, Jacob Ibarra, court appoint. Yes, sir. Come on up. Hey, Mr. Reese, what's up? Good morning. Good. How are you? Good. Oh, okay. All right, let me see here. Oh, let's call him up. Aaron Gutierrez. And Mr. Yanaway. This is going to be on Gutierrez, Aaron. Now, Mr. Reese, I haven't heard probable cause in this case. Would you like the court to hear it? Okay. All right, so you are Aaron Gutierrez. Mr. Gutierrez, you're here with your attorney, Mr. Reese. I just wanted to inform you of why you're here and what you're being accused and charged with. You're being accused and charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated. That is a Class B misdemeanor, which means that you can be sentenced to up to 6 months in the county jail, and you can be given a maximum fine of up to $2,000. It also means that if you had a valid Texas driver's license at the time of your arrest, DPS may suspend your license as a result of this arrest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the assistant district attorney to read to me the facts surrounding why you were arrested and charged with this offense to determine the appropriate conditions of bond the court's going to impose. So, Mr. Yanaway, if you would, let me hear probable cause in Mr. Gutierrez's case.
On June 17th, 2026, officer was dispatched to a major crash call in the 1500 block of North Interstate Freeway, Harris County. Upon arrival, officer observed defendant's vehicle to have rear-ended witness's vehicle. Defendant was the sole occupant and sitting in the driver's seat. Officer observed defendant to have glossy eyes and slurred speech. Defendant admitted to drinking 2 rum and coke beverages earlier and admitted to coming from a bar. Officer observed the scent of alcoholic beverage on defendant's breath. Field sobriety tests were conducted, 6 out of 6, HGN, 3 out of 8, walk and turn, 2 out of 4, one-leg stand. DIC was read and defendant consented to breath samples, 0.119, 0.106.
All right. Okay, Mr. Gutierrez, the court's going to order the following conditions of bond. Ms. Absher, this is on page 10, Aaron Gutierrez. Mr. Gutierrez, the court's going to order that while you're on bond, you will be prohibited from possessing any firearms or any weapons. While you're on bond, you will also be prohibited from drinking any alcohol or any controlled substance that you do not have a prescription for.
A bit of an
These
issue.
two conditions of bond are
Rather
going to
than
remain until this
pop
case
off
is over.
screen and all that
I'm gonna
stuff, I
ask you
figured
to
I'd just
sign these
handle it
bond
quickly, but it
conditions.
turned
You'll
into
be given
something
a
more.
copy of these
I almost
conditions
got
of
it
bond.
squared away though,
If
so
you
just
violate
bear with me a
any of the
moment. I
conditions of
apologize,
this bond,
guys.
you're subject to having the bond that you're currently on revoked, and you can be taken to custody. Now, we are going to reschedule your case to allow time for your attorney to gather all the evidence that he needs. On your next court date, sir, you do not have to come to court. You let your attorney take care of your case. He will let you know if and when it's necessary for you to return to court. All right, sir. Any questions on anything I mentioned to you, sir? Mr. Reese, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, right behind you at the table. My please also go with her, sign your bond. Can you just have a seat? We'll reset your case and just get a date from the corner. All right, good to see you, Mr. Reese. Take care. Ms. Spears, what's happening? How are you?
Not that great.
Okay.
I got chocolate bar, that's calling me all these colors.
Well, we're supposed to talk to you about your client that was supposed to be here yesterday.
Did you wait for yesterday?
I waived her appearance, but you didn't show up.
Right, well, I was outside. I went to Montgomery County and I came here, I drive here.
Oh, you could have zoomed in. Well, you know.
I could have, but then I hopped right in the car and I had to come to 16, so I came at 16, I came here after 16.
All right. This is on Eva Downing, right?
Right.
So this is a case where you were, by the way, is she here? Okay.
I tried to give her notice and the amount of time I had, I was not able to give her.
Tell me what's happening, because I remember last time we talked that this was.
The offer last time, I just kind of disappointed. I think she just got out of surgery is the issue. She said that she wanted to keep it where it was at.
Well, she needs to make a decision. Either we're going to.
She said she wanted to keep it for trial, set up a trial, but just the problem is that our expert is not available.
Yeah, no, but we took it off the trial docket.
Right.
And so I know that your expert was not available, but I'm going to put it back on the trial docket. But now she has to get back in line.
What's the line?
It's big, it's long. I just set one today for September 29th. Yes, I know. So, I mean, you know, I'm assuming.
She just had a kidney surgery, I think.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking if we, and don't call them right, because I don't know if it's kidney or, but if we put it on, I'm sure, like, I like, when I'm explaining to her, she seems a little out of it too. So
Let's do this. What was the offer?
7 days, right? 15 days, 30 days?
Was time served?
No, it's not time served. She said
Okay.
she was-
What, is the state,
21 days.
is the state proceeding on a DWI second?
It was dropped to.
Okay, so drop it to a first, and they want to do,
21 days.
and 21 days, and how much credit does she have?
Oh, yeah, 21 days. Because of the probation.
Yeah, 13 months on that.
13 months? 13 months probation on the first.
All right, 21 days means she has to do 7.
Right.
Do you know how much credit she has?
I think we looked at it was like 3 days.
Okay. And what's the other?
I think it was like it was one judge, I think.
All right, what's the probation offer?
13 months probation. Dropped to 21.
Okay, and she does not want to do either one of those two?
Just like I said, when I explained it to her, she, people are like medical, you're on different type of medication. She said she wants to keep it as a, was at trial.
All right, let's do this.
Because of that time.
Can you bring her here next week?
Because I don't know.
You tell her she's got to be here. This case is getting old. Let's set it for next week. Any day except Friday. Well, I take it back. I take it back. No. I take it back. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are my only 3 days that I can.
I know I can't do it Monday. I have a trial. Monday.
All right, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Let's do it Wednesday.
All right, Wednesday. Let's set it for Wednesday.
Was that July 1st?
Yes. I know. So you tell her she has to be here. Tell her she must be in this court July 1. Tell her if she's not here, her bond will be revoked. No, I don't want to do it yet because I want to speak to her. I want to make sure she tells this court that she wants a trial. And we'll give her all the options. I'm sorry? I want her here because now she's him hauling. Sounds like she's him hauling. So I want her to I want her to speak and tell me specifically, either she wants a trial and we'll tell her all the options and she needs to make a decision. If she says she wants a trial, I will give her a trial, but I want to speak to her about it. So have her here July the 1st and let her know if she's not here,
I will tell her.
I will revoke the bond.
Okay.
Okay. And that's the only thing you have, right?
That sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
Now one reason.
So
And it was an increase. No. And it was in this was entity.
they're talking about.
Basics. I thought it was our.
Okay, so, well, I don't know, whatever officer, I'm always willing to be willing to let an officer connect. I'm not the person who's like,
Okay.
so I
Wait, but I'm trying to get a flip.
Any officer that she like, no, I just gotta fix it. No, I can't do that.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's not. Yeah. I mean, she can jump in this one.
Okay, so whoever. Files
Thank you.
So just the one. Well, what will you do? Let me look into that and get back to them. Great.
All right, Mr. Yanaway, I got another PC here. Last name is Wiley. First name is Dante. Dante Wiley. Coming up, sir. And Ms. Abshir, this is on Wiley on page 32. You're welcome. All right, so you are Dante Wiley?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wiley, you do not have a lawyer today, right? All right, Mr. Wiley, I just wanted to inform you, sir, of why you're here. I'm sorry. I just want to inform you that there has not been a judge that has heard probable cause on your case yet. So I'm going to ask the Assistant District Attorney to read to me the facts surrounding why you were arrested and charged with this offense. When he's reading the facts of your case, I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to listen. After I hear the facts of your case, the court is going to determine whether there exists sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. If the court does find probable cause, then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what you're being charged with. We're going to talk about any conditions upon the court may impose, and then we're going to talk about an attorney. All right, Mr. Yanaway, whenever you're ready, may proceed.
On June 16, 2026, officer was dispatched to a Texas Roadhouse located on the 20,900 block of Katy Freeway. Upon arrival, officer observed defendant with visible injuries on his hands. Defendant reported to officer that he got into an argument with complainant and informed officer that the injuries to his hands were because of complainant. EMS personnel located broken glass in defendant's left finger. Officer spoke with complainant over the phone. Complainant informed officer that she left the scene due to feeling unsafe. Complainant reported that defendant broke her window and punched her. Complainant informed officer that she was sitting in the back seat and the defendant and his family and his family member, a witness, who was driving them in her vehicle. Complainant and defendant got into a verbal argument. The witness pulled over. Complainant exited the vehicle and put defendant's property outside of the vehicle. Defendant then grabbed the window, pulled it towards him, and broke the window. Damage to the window was approximately $139. Officer observed blood on the exterior of the vehicle within the rear passenger area.
All right, Mr. Wiley, the court's going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. You're being charged with the offense of criminal mischief. That is a Class B misdemeanor, which means that you can be sentenced to up to 6 months in the county jail, and you can be given a maximum fine of up to $2,000. So there's an individual by the name of Jasmine Turner that's accusing you of this offense. So what we're going to do this morning, sir, is the court's going to order some conditions regarding your bond. Now, Mr. Wiley, this person that's accusing you of this offense, Jasmine Turner, do you know who that person is? Do you have any relationship with that person? What type of relationship do you have with that person? Just a friend? Before this happened, were you and your friend living together? No. Is there any reason for you to have any contact with her at this time? All right, so the court's going to order, sir, that while you're in bond, you're not to have any contact with Jasmine Turner. Do not call her, text her, email her, Facebook Messenger, no contact whatsoever. Do not go over to her residence if you know where she lives. And you will also be ordered to, you will be prohibited from possessing any firearms or any weapons. These conditions of bond, sir, are going to remain until this case is over. I'm going to ask you to sign these bond conditions. You'll be given a copy of these conditions of bond. If you violate any of the conditions of this bond, sir, you're subject to having the bond that you're currently on revoked, and you can be taken to custody. Now, you're going to need an attorney to represent you on this case. Are you working right now, sir?
No, sir.
All right. I'll give you two options regarding a lawyer. I can reschedule your case to give you time to hire your own attorney, or would you like the court to appoint you an attorney this morning? I'll appoint you an attorney this morning, Mr. Wiley. All right, Mr. Wiley, any questions on anything that I mentioned to you? Any questions? All right, so right behind you, the table, my preacher officer, go with her, sign your bond conditions, have a seat, we'll appoint you a lawyer. Thank you. Millie? Yes, Judge. Page 32, Dante Wiley, court appoint. Okay, let's see who's next. Ms. Clevenger, any approach?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please come on up. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Raymond Sorto on the docket, this one, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Sorto's hired privately.
Yeah, he came in and I think he's just do a motion to sub, so you're off the case.
I just wanted to let the court know. I didn't
Yeah,
have-
I had mentioned it to him and I didn't see you in the courtroom when he approached,
Okay.
but you're fine. You're good to go. You're welcome. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, you ready, Mr. Yanaway?
Yes, sir.
All right, next person I have, last name is Valerie, first name is Layla. Layla, Valerie, coming up. Oh. Oh, yeah, they're waiting for it. God, I have a bunch of, I have 37 documents on it. I know, Jesus Christ. Sorto, right? Give me 1 second here. All right, ma'am, you're Layla. Is it Valerie?
Yeah.
All right, Miss Valerie, you do not have a lawyer today, is that right? All right, Miss Valerie, I just wanted to inform you that there has not been a judge that has heard probable cause on your case yet. So I'm going to ask the Assistant District Attorney to read to me the facts surrounding why you were arrested and charged with this offense. When he's reading the facts of your case, I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to listen. After I hear the facts of your case, the court is going to determine whether there exists sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. If the court does find probable cause, then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what you're being charged with. We're going to talk about any conditions of bond the court may impose, and then we're going to talk about an attorney. All right, Mr. Yanaway, whenever you're ready, may proceed.
On June 16th, 2026, officer was conducting a fare check on the Metro platform and observed in plain view marijuana in defendant's backpack pocket in defendant's possession. Officer approached defendant and made contact. Officer asked what was in the pocket. Defendant responded, quote, "Oh yeah, that's just my weed." The marijuana weighed 2.71 grams without packaging.
All right, Ms. Valerie, the court's going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to continue with your case. You are being charged with the offense of possession of marijuana, which is illegal. That is a Class B misdemeanor, which means that you can be sentenced to up to 6 months in the county jail and be given a maximum fine of up to $2,000. So what we're going to do this morning is, of course, going to order some conditions regarding your bond. And let's see, Ms. Abshir, this is going to be on 29, Valerie, page 29. All right, Ms. Valerie, the court's going to order that while you're on bond, you will be prohibited from possessing any firearms or any weapons. While you're on bond, you will also be prohibited from possessing or consuming any controlled substance that you do not have a prescription. No illegal drugs, no marijuana, nothing of the sort, okay? These conditions of bond are going to remain until this case is over. I'm going to ask you to sign these conditions of bond. You will be given a copy of these conditions. If you violate any of the conditions of bond, you're subject to having the bond that you're currently on revoked, and you can be taken to custody. Now, you're going to need an attorney to represent you on this case. Are you working right now, ma'am? What type of work do you do? And how long you been doing that? Not long?
Well, since I was like 20, but at this job, probably around less than a week.
All right, no worries. All right. I'll give you 2 options regarding the lawyer. I can reschedule your case to allow you time to hire your own attorney, or would you like the court to appoint you an attorney this morning? I'll appoint you an attorney this morning, Ms. Valerie. All right, Ms. Valerie, any questions on anything I mentioned to you? All right, right behind you, the team of preach also go with her. Sign your conditions, have a seat. I'll appoint you a lawyer. Millie? Sure. Page 29, Layla, Valerie, court appoint. Yes. All right, let's see who's next. All right, looks like that's all the PCs, however,
it gives you the right
have people here that
nominate
need to call up.
60
Let's see.
Hello there. My name is Cowboy. You are watching Live with Cowboy. Sorry about my voice, allergies and whatnot. Not sick though. This morning has been an absolute disaster. Judge Simpson was doing great, and all of a sudden his live stream crashed. And he had a great docket for the day too. However, the good part is it's back online, and this afternoon's docket is way better than this morning's docket. However, I was bouncing around from judge to judge, and there was just nothing good today. As far as live streams go, I was searching everything. I just wasn't happy. And all of a sudden, Judge Simpson's live stream has popped back up. I believe they're on a brief recess at the moment, but we start sentencings and probation violations and show cause hearings and all kinds of fun stuff this afternoon. So it's better that it come on now than not at all. So I'll take what we can get. His live stream's usually pretty solid too, so I don't know what caused it. All I know is it's back and I'm happy. So if you are just joining us for the first time, my name is Cowboy. This is Live with Cowboy. And I do two types of videos on this channel. I do live court streams, unedited, raw footage. Yes, disasters like today happen. And then we have really smooth, awesome days like yesterday that happen. However, I'm hoping we get back on track here, considering his live stream is back online. And then we have days, then we have the other type of videos I post, which are highlight reels, which are like court cases with judges where judges get angry, defendants get angry, prosecutions get angry, there's frustration or yelling or funniness or something weird. It could be a number of things. I post those highlights as well. Those are the two main types of videos I do. So today, right now, we're doing a live in the courtroom, and we've been bouncing around, and I've had a couple of urgent situations with one of my other businesses. So between the issues that I had with, well, not me, but Judge Simpson's live stream and my own situation, it's just been a heck of a morning. However, I'm hoping we get to turn that around. So I just got an iPhone and I managed to turn the flashlight on without touching the flashlight button. That was fancy. Okay, so from the looks of it, like I said, he got his live stream back online. Obviously, we're looking at it. However, court has not started yet. So at the moment, it looks like they're in a brief recess. So probably a good time to throw that on the screen. I'll also throw this up too. Please like and subscribe to the video. I know we've had a pretty uneventful and crappy morning. I'm hoping we get to turn that around now, though, with some good cases this afternoon. I do try my best to hang out with people. I love doing these kinds of videos with you guys. Even though stuff happens like today, you know, I've been broadcasting for a while. It's more a couple hours this morning now. And really, we started fine with Judge Simpson, and then it just kind of turned crappy when his live stream died, and I just couldn't find anything else that I was happy about. So seeing this come back is exciting to me, because he's got a pretty good docket for this afternoon, especially because at noon we're supposed to start the sentencing trials. Here are sentencing hearings. We got all the boring stuff like arraignments and all that crap out of the way. So I still would have liked to have been able to have seen it, but at least we have a good docket for this afternoon. So at the moment, we're just hanging out waiting for court to come back into session. But I'm just happy his live stream is back. So if you've managed to come check in with me a couple of times today, I'm going to say thank you. And I'm sorry that nothing fancy was going on. I tried everything to get us some good stuff going. Judge Rodriguez was pretty good, but then I had my own situation I was dealing with. We hopped over to New Jersey and another Harris County court trial, and it's just, but none of it was exciting, or none of it was it was just really boring, slow stuff. And that's what happens with live court, especially unedited live court like this. Not everything's exciting. Not everything is incredible. But there's a reason that we like live court too, because you're seeing it as it happens. You don't have to wait for that highlight reel. So I'm really hoping that since it's let's see, it's 12:09 now, I believe. Let me drop this, and since we are live, I can pop that back. Ann Arbor, Michigan, 12:09 is the current time. 12 o'clock is the docket time for him to start. So hopefully we get going here now that his live stream's back. So I'm excited and happy because I've been waiting all morning for his live stream to come back online. So I'm happy about that. If you want to chat, throw something in the chat. I'll respond. I enjoy talking to people. So as soon as this comes back online, I'll be back. I'm going to hang out right here. I got some equipment stuff to take care of, but I'll be right here if you want to chat. I'll hop on if I see you. So give me just a few minutes, and hopefully this pops right back. The second it does, I will be back. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with Live with Cowboy. I know it's been a hell of a morning, but thank you. I appreciate it.
They're looking very cute.
All right. The 14A District Court for County of Washington, State of Michigan is now back in session.
You may be seated. Oh, my gosh.
My gosh.
Oh, my goodness. There was a rumor floating around the courthouse that you were back.
A rumor.
Yeah, from yesterday, they said, I wasn't here Monday. They said, well, she was in on Monday. And it was just a rumor. And I said, okay, so we've had a parenting sighting.
I was like, watch that.
That's it. Mr. Buckovich was so happy because he's had to work with Ron Brown.
I'm sure you learned a lot from Brown.
I don't know. I'll take your word. Court does call the case, People versus Andre Thomas. If I didn't say so, this parenting, welcome back.
Hey guys, I am back, and I have great news. Judge Simpson's live feed is not only back online like it before, but we are back in recess for this afternoon's proceedings.
Your Honor, this is a show cause. Mr. Thomas has been in custody since
It's been a hell of a day.
beginning of June.
But it really hasn't been anything else good to
He's being
follow.
held on
So
a
I'm
case
so
out of
glad to see him back on.
1482.
Back
That
on
bond
schedule.
is $10,000. So
I welcome
think
you
he's
back.
being-
What kind of case is it?
I think it was a stalking case.
Stalking.
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay.
So he's being seen by Judge Barr this week. Tomorrow. Okay. So I just asked for another day.
This is show cause he owes what, 410?
Yes.
How long have you been in?
since the 4th.
Or so about 20 days.
Yes.
What I'm gonna do, given those circumstances, I'm just gonna waive all the fines and costs with the exception of the $125 state fee. And you're all set and done with me.
Great. Thank you, Judge.
Good luck tomorrow.
Court calls case People versus Julia Blevins.
Sherilyn Foster Tucker on behalf of Julia Blevins. Your Honor, I've been in communication with my client. I believe is walking into the courtroom soon, so I would just ask to pass this
So,
matter.
according to the schedule, Julia Blevins is scheduled for sentencing.
Like we should wait soon, like it might be sometime.
Should be within the next 10 minutes.
So she took her phone out, looked at her phone, like that gave some credibility to what she was telling. So you're asking me to pass it.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's Pyrenees. Should I pass it?
I think so.
Of course you, I knew you'd say that. Fine, I'll pass.
Oh, he's in a good mood today.
Court calls the case People versus Savannah Bradley.
She is scheduled for a probation violation
I
hearing.
have attempted to get in touch with her, have not been successful.
Dan Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Ms. Bradley was scheduled before the full violation of probation, given that she is also non-compliant with the terms ordered by this court. Given the natures of her non-compliance with probation, positive drug screen, criminal offense, another possible pending, and her failure to appear today, probation is requesting that the court issue.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure.
There
to
you go.
appear. Bond will be set in the amount of $25,000.
There's a lesson for you folks. Don't show up to court. You get a warrant.
Court calls the case of the versus Jason Holdaway.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perry on behalf of Mr. Holdaway. Mr. Holdaway, state your name for the record, please.
Jason Holdaway?
Here's Claire on behalf. Your Honor, Mr. Holdaway is scheduled before the court today for a violation of probation. Mr. Holdaway is not compliant with the terms ordered by the court in that he is not reported to probation as directed. He has an outstanding arrearage of $852 on his payment plan. He's failed to complete his outpatient treatment. He's failed to complete the victim's impact panel. And further, Your Honor, I also provided to counsel, I received a report late yesterday from Community Corrections. Mr. Holdaway, since being sentenced, has remained testing on a sober link. There has been positive blows on that sober link. There was some question because he would report a couple days later and submit to an ETG, which came out as zeros. It's probation stance that Mr. Holdaway is possibly drinking, maybe small amounts, and by the time he's going in for testing, that his body is metabolizing the alcohol that he consumed. I do know, was speaking with counsel late yesterday, and again today, that Mr. Holdaway had indicated that he thought that his reporting to Community Corrections was probation. I can tell you that my office did contact with him, also sending in notification of the violation hearing, which I do give some time for a defendant to get into compliance, and there's been no communication from him back to my office with all attempts.
And this is
Probation
Jason Stewart
recommendation,
Holdaway,
which did not include the
who's scheduled
drinking
for noon,
offense,
scheduled for a
the drinking
probation
events
violation
on the
hearing.
sober lane, was to remand Mr. Holdaway for 5 days for his violations to date, that probation continue, that he make the payment of the $852 arrears today, then continue with a payment plan of $142 per month, that he report to probation on June 30th at 11 a.m. in person, and that he become compliant with all terms of this court order.
And I have had a chance to speak with Mr. Holdaway regarding that. I guess there's two separate issues here, right? The probation issue and then the drinking issue. Regarding the probation, Ms. Pilara is right. He has been reporting weekly to Community Corrections. He's spoken with Agent Mormon. He said on every Thursday. Yes. He indicated that he thought that was sufficient for probation's check-ins reporting. He has been living at the Delana Center for about a year. I don't know, frankly,
Hey,
I
puppy.
don't know what
What are you doing?
how the mail process there is.
What are you doing?
I obviously know Ms. Pilara sends letters, and I relayed that to Mr. Holdaway. He indicated he hasn't received any letters, but is willing to continue with his probation. He like I said, he has been testing I think about almost a year since he started this case. He has been reporting to Agent Mormon. So he's, and when this case was pending before he was sentenced, was very communicative with me. So I think he is able, and again, willing to continue on his probation. I'm just not sure where that breakdown happened. He did complete outpatient treatment prior to this case being authorized. I did provide proof of inpatient to Ms. Pilara. We spoke today, and we both don't have that proof of outpatient, but I'm going to work on getting that from Dawn Farm to Ms. Pilara and to the court. Secondly, the drinking allegations. I spoke to Mr. Holdaway. He denies any drinking allegations. I spoke to Agent Mormon,
Well,
why he would
wouldn't
be
you?
blowing numbers and then having these negative.
I
He
deny
says
it.
he doesn't know why either, just that
I would deny
obviously
it.
something's happening
If I was
before
in
he's
his shoes.
blowing.
What are you doing?
But
Something's happening before he's blowing or before he takes the ETG.
he said I asked, why do you think he's blowing numbers when the ETG is coming back negative? He said he's coming in contact with something with alcohol prior to blowing. I mean, the ETG is more sensitive, so I've never seen a situation like this. Typically, the
You just wanna say
ETGs,
hi to
come
people?
back as positive. And I told Mr. Holdaway, I've never had a
Papa?
situation like this.
When you have low numbers, which these are low numbers on an ETG,
This is Harley, by the way.
what I find interesting, just so that
He is
you know
primarily
where the
Great
court's
Dane
head is
and
at,
my best friend on the
is
planet.
had he taken the test the next day, we might have different results.
Can I speak? Sir, good afternoon.
I have one kidney and it takes my body times to siphon through alcohol, if you will. And I don't know how the tests work. I don't technically one or the other, but just I'd put that out there. If I were to blow anything, I'm pretty sure it should show up on a P test.
Not if he waits a day, really 2 days. And then if he is all is flushing his system, it may not show up.
Okay.
But it seems rather strange because on the 11th, oh, let's just go back. January 11th.
He just tore off or something.
2026, he's flowing numbers of 0.02, 0.025, 0.19.
UPS.
They contacted him on the 12th, asked if he consumed alcohol, and they requested an ETG test. And I think the date is important. He reported then on the 13th and submitted to an ETG, which is negative. That 2 days. He then in February 8th, he blows 022, 021, 018.
UPS guy's not here for us. Huh?
He denied consuming
wish.
alcohol again on the 8th, but he reports in to take his ETG test. They requested an ETG test. He reports on the 10th. That also then comes back negative. He's then missing some tests in March, and then in April, he blows on April 14th. He blows a 026, 023, 021, 018, and then comes down to a 0 at 11 a.m. They request an ETG test. He reported on the 15th for an ETG test, but was unable to give a sample. He then came in, and again, we're at that 2-day mark, and they didn't.
I try not to pick a side ever
wrong test on him
until I hear
on
everything,
that
but
day.
it sure sounds like he's trying to cheat the system. If I was in his shoes and I was trying to cheat the system,
then again,
this is exactly how I would do it.
Positive test of a 0.05, 0.028, 0.027,
I'm not saying he is.
0.023.
I'm just saying this is exactly how I would do it.
5. That was on the 25th. They call him on the 26th for an ETG test. He doesn't report to the 27th. That one comes back negative. From my standpoint, I know exactly what he's doing. In terms of the testing.
Yeah, I think obviously we don't know what would happen if he had reported the next day since he didn't.
Yeah, you're right. He did on one occasion, but then miraculously was unable to give a sample.
I tried. I'm sorry.
Um,
And the guy who was working there, it was 4:15, and I said, I can finally go because I drank 15 cups of water sitting there, and he had already left for the day. So I had to come back the next morning. The next morning, they were out of power when I was there at 9 a.m. So I had to wait until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was when we had the tornado that touched down in Ann Arbor, and it was that day. And so I ended up taking it at like noon or something like that when they finally opened it up. But Your Honor, I haven't drank. I had my 18-month anniversary on the 4th. And I'm very proud of that. And I mean, those numbers would say that I had a beer or two. That's not in my nature. If there's one, there's going to be 15. So, I'm sorry. I don't know why that's blown. Since I was sitting on the bench there, and I mentioned I had one kidney, I have to get blood taken quite often. And the only thing I'm starting to think of is that, I know sometimes when they take an excessive amount, they put something else back in, fluids. If that has something to do with it, I doubt it. I never thought about it before, but I haven't drank.
No, I'm not sure what to think of it, to be honest with you. This is why I don't pick a side, because it can go back and forth so much.
It's not like.
The only thing I have to add, Your Honor, is, I mean, Mr. Holdaway he is appearing at community corrections when he's told to. I think that demonstrates some kind of willingness to be a participant, active participant in the case. I mean, he's been blowing for when it doesn't, since July of last year.
For 1,000 of them.
He's been communicating with Agent Mormon. He comes in when Mr. Mormon tells him to come in. Like I said, I think that does demonstrate from running from this. And I will just add also, Mr. Holdaway was was housed in the last couple of weeks after living at the Delana Center for about a year. So things are stabilizing for him, which I think is good.
What I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to continue to defend its probation in this case. He is to pay that $852 arrearage as arranged at $142 per month. I'll do that, but he's going to have to arrange to start those payments. He is to report to probation at Ms. Valera, do you have a July 6th time that he could report?
Your Honor, that's not a good date, right? Have the.
Okay, no, that's fine. 7? What time? Well, 11 a.m. work?
And that would be me.
I will indicate that the defendant is to report to probation July 7th, 2026 at 11 a.m. in person. Then he's to report as directed. He's to become compliant with all other previous orders and terms of the court within 30 days from the time of his appearance. I am going to remand the defendant based upon the violations to date at this point. Serve 10 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. When defendant is released, he's to be released.
Also, they are going to remand him for 10 days. Okay.
Thank you.
So he's going to take a little visit to the county jail there, and then he'll have some more probation violations afterwards, it sounds like.
Courthouse case, People versus Diane Baumgartner.
Diane Baumgartner, scheduled for probation violation hearing as well.
This is the public defendant Nicholas Bukovich on behalf of Ms. Baumgartner, who's now approaching.
I ain't know where to come in.
No, you're perfect.
Your name?
Diane Baumgartner.
Okay.
Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Ms. Baumgartner is scheduled for the court for a violation of probation hearing. Ms. Baumgartner had drugs to the in this case back in January of 2024. At that time, the court issued a bench warrant. She was out on bench warrant status for a long period of time until bond was posted on May 20. And then at that time, the court did set this for a violation hearing. Ms. Baumgartner was in contact with my office after the bond was posted, and I had a communication with her. She indicated that she kind of just stopped doing things because she had several serious health issues. She had a couple heart attacks. She also had appendicitis.
Yikes.
So she was recovering.
That is some rough health issues right there.
I do know, Your Honor, that the bond was posted in the amount of 500. There's $450 available. Ms. Baumgartner has completed programming and only owes a balance of $449 in this case. Given all circumstances, probation at this time would like to dismiss the violation here and have the court apply the bond to the outstanding balance and also dismiss the case pursuant to the prosecutor's discharge of probation.
Maybe asking that the court file the recommendation of probation in this matter.
Would?
Yes, I would.
You don't want me to lock her up?
No, I prefer you not.
Oh. Why you look that way, Miss Baumgartner? You don't want me to?
No,
No?
no,
Okay, that's okay. I'm not,
okay.
okay. All right.
Like I said, he's in a good mood.
What I will do is I'll apply the bond to the outstanding balance in this case. I'll dismiss this case pursuant to the prosecutor's deferred. I'll discharge you from probation with improvement and wish you all the best, okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You take it.
Thank you, you too. Thank you. Thank you.
This is why I love
Case
Judge
people
Simpson.
versus Jaden Patrick.
Jaden Michael Patrick, scheduled for probation violation.
Assistant Public Defender Nicholas Bukovich on behalf of Mr. Patrick.
Clear on behalf of probation, Your Honor, Mr. Patrick was scheduled before the court for a violation of probation hearing, given that he's non-compliant with the terms ordered by this court and that he is not present. Probation is requesting a bench warrant.
The bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear.
I was going to say, that's a nice and easy one.
10%. Just Court calls case people versus Brian Culver.
Brian Douglas Colliver. He is scheduled for sentencing.
Assistant Public Defender Nick Bukovich on behalf of Mr. Culver, who is appearing via Zoom.
Sir, please state your name.
Brian Culver.
All right.
At this time, Your Honor, we have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation report. We have no additions, deletions, or corrections. You would ask that the court adopt the recommendation of probation.
Mr. Culver, anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
No, sir.
Sent to the court, I'm going to place you on 4 months prosecutor deferred sentence. You're to pay $480 fines and court costs, $120 probation oversight fees, $25.61 restitution to Walmart payable through the court. When can you get that paid, sir?
The full amount?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were just referring to the restitution because I talked to probation about that. I'm a little bit of a financial trouble, so I was trying to use the full time of the probation to get that paid out.
Payment plan is arranged by probation. When are you going to pay the restitution?
Like I said, I think I have to pay it by cash or money order. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct.
So, yeah, just as long as I know where to send the money order, I can do that today.
Okay, the money order can come to the court. Make sure that you reference your court case number. And
Okay.
then probate, and then a payment plan as arranged by probation for the rest. There's to be
Okay.
no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to attend individual therapy with verification to probation. There's no going to any Walmart store in the state of Michigan. I'll set a review hearing October 28th, 2026 at 12 noon. I'll order 93 days in jail that is suspended. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls case people versus Cassandra Ormanston.
Teresa Claire on behalf of probation, Your Honor, this order-
She's scheduled for review.
For a review hearing on a prosecutor deferred. She did complete all terms ordered by the court, and I did wait for the hearing. Probation's recommended and discharge her from probation.
They have got to improve their mics in this
Hearing no
courtroom.
objection, so ordered. Court calls the case people versus Shante Wingard.
Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your
Scheduled
Honor,
for
Ms.
review as
Wingard,
well.
Scheduled before the court for a review hearing on a prosecutor deferred. She did complete all terms ordered by the court, and I did wait for appearance. Probation's recommending that the court dismiss the case pursuant to the prosecutor deferred and discharge her from probation.
Nice and easy case.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. Court does call the case people versus Leslie Brown.
Leslie Brown, scheduled for showcase hearing. Or show cause. Sorry.
Leslie Brown.
Now, we're here for a show cause. Mr. Brown indicated to me that he would be able to pay about half today. I'm not sure if that payment was made already or not. He also, wanted the court to know he was being sentenced on the 30th to 1 year in, our jail. So he will be here for the next 12 months.
Out of what court?
Circuit court, right, Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir.
All right, so how much can he pay today?
They hit my account, my child support. I can pay 100 today.
He needs to pay $100 today, then I'll refer the balance to our collections department. So get that $100 in, please.
Okay.
Best do as the
That's
man
right.
says.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Courthouse case, People versus Kyle Jackson.
Kyle David Jackson scheduled for a show cause hearing as well.
Kyle Jackson.
Ruh-roh.
1270.
Yes.
Defense warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear, bond set in the amount of $15,000.
15 grand and a bench warrant.
The
There you
warrant
go,
will issue
ladies and gents.
immediately. Court calls the case People versus Sandra Sanchez.
Assistant Public Defender Nick Bukovich on behalf of
Scheduled
Ms.
for
Sanchez,
show
who should be
cause.
appearing via Zoom.
Ms. Sanchez. This is show cause.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. State your name, please.
Andrea Sanchez.
All right. Show cause. She
Can you
owes
try to hold your
726.
phone steady just
Yes,
a
Your
little
Honor.
bit?
I was
Just
speaking
a
to my
little bit.
client. I know she was on a payment
are you
plan.
doing?
However,
Walking a
due to
treadmill?
unexpected garnishment of her wage garnishment, she lost the income she intended to use to pay.
Oh, maybe she
for these
is
costs
walking.
of fines.
No,
She
she's
did
in a
make
bathroom.
$40 payment today. She does believe she can make it $50 payments per month to resolve this matter.
50 per month.
Yes.
You paid 40 today. Is that right, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. What I'm gonna do is $50 per month.
Oh, no. Please don't. That's not on our side, by the way. This is what happened this morning with his end. Oh, let's see. Hang on. I think I could fix it. Let me try refreshing it. His live stream died again. Come on, man. That's the second time today. This is because his live screen ended. This is like the replay of earlier. I'm hoping it pops right back on. Last time it was a couple hours. It was ridiculous. This never happens to him. I don't know what's going on. These are the cases that I wait all day. I've been on for hours and hours and hours on and off anyway, to be able to watch Judge Simpson's cases. I do this every day. I never see his live stream die like this. That's crazy. If you're hanging out in here, I apologize. This is a real bummer for me too. I really, I was very excited to see it pop back on because they were having technical issues with it earlier. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. There is, let's see, over in Harris County, which is David Fleischer's court. I wish he was on. He hasn't been on all week. I don't know what's going on with his live stream at the moment. There is Judge Juanita Jackson, who is live streaming, as well as one of my favorites is Raul Rodriguez. He's live streaming as well. I'm really, really hoping that Judge Simpson pops back on. That's unfortunate. It really is. Well, for the moment, we'll pop over to Mr. Raul Rodriguez. And of course, his is muted because they're doing, what do you call it? She approached the bench, so it's muted for the
Tell
moment.
him
There we
he's
go.
got to get the interlock.
There we go.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
my
You got it. You're very well.
my
Thank
other
you.
monitors monitoring
Let's see
for
here.
Judge Simpson to come back on. But in the meantime, here we can at least watch another good judge.
Jack Smith. What a day. All right, so you're Jack Smith? All right, Mr. Smith. You don't have a lawyer, right? All right. Are you from Ireland? Scotland, okay. Because I remember you. I remember we had done a bond for you because you had a warrant. But I believe, didn't you have an attorney come with you on that day that we did?
I'm just going to throw some text on the screen for anyone else joining so they know that what the situation is. So just give me a moment to get that squared away. In the meantime, you guys can listen in to Judge Rodriguez here.
He informed me that
well, let me ask you this first. Are you working right now? What type of work do you do? Oh yeah, that's not very. Where at? Bartender where? At where? Oh, I'm not familiar with that one. Okay. All right. Well, then I don't mind appointing you an attorney. So I'll go ahead and appoint you an attorney. I know that the last time that you were here, you had an attorney, and we thought that that attorney is going to represent you on this case, but that's okay. You're fine. You qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I'll go ahead and assign you an attorney this morning. There'll be an attorney that's going to meet with you. So just let that attorney take care of your case. Your case is probably going to be rescheduled. And if it's rescheduled, you don't have to worry about coming back to court. You don't have to come back to court in your next court date. Let your attorney take care of it. But make sure you give your attorney all of your contact information, your name, address, email, phone, etc., just in case you need to come back, okay? All right, so just have a seat. We'll appoint your lawyer. You're welcome. Millie, page 26, Jack Smith, court appoint.
Okay, so this is.
Mr. Mounier, what's happening, Mr. Mounier?
I had a client that was Erica Hughes, and she was charged with prostitution, and her judge was Erica Hughes.
Really? Is that right? You're kidding.
It was
What a
funniest
coincidence. That's a big
Well,
coincidence.
the judge chastised her, and then the client picked up another prostitution the next week.
Okay.
And it's like, you're giving me a bad name.
Oh, my God. So it's off docket?
Yes, that's fine. No, no, mine's on now.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Is she in custody?
Oh, no, it's judge. years ago in front of Judge Eric.
Right, yeah,
had a client.
I know. And then now she got another case. No? Oh,
I have a client named Ibarra.
oh, got it.
Yeah, I was just telling a fun story about something.
Now that's funny. That is very funny, actually. And I'm sure Judge Hughes was very amused by that, huh?
She was the first time, she was not the second.
Yeah, you're in Jacob Ibarra?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what's happening with that case?
I'm appointed.
All right, sorry about that. I
Yes.
just wanted to throw something on the screen so
All right, let me
everyone
look at it real
knew.
quick.
I already had the Judge Raul
And
Rodriguez
Mr.
for the
Yanaway,
top
if you
because
would,
I
this is
love
on
Judge
Jacob
Raul
Ibarra.
Rodriguez. I just wanted to throw something on the
Let's go ahead
bottom
and hear
so
probable
people knew
cause
what
with
was
Mr.
going on.
Monet.
Yes, Judge. On April 18th, 2026 at 11:44 p.m. law enforcement.
If you're
was on
watching and you're
patrol, observed
interested
a
in
vehicle traveling
participating,
from one
I would love to know what are some of your other
Illuminated
favorite judges to watch,
Unedited traffic
either
stop.
on a live
Law
stream
enforcement
or
approached the vehicle, made contact
highlights
with the
of.
driver, the defendant. Law
Throw
enforcement
that in
observed
chat. I would love to
CIs,
check them
slurred
out.
speech, and
And then
about
maybe we
alcoholic
can watch
beverage.
them together.
Defendant admitted to drinking one beer prior to driving. Law enforcement observed an empty beer bottle on the floorboard. Field sobriety test was conducted. 6 out of 6 HGN, 3 out of 8 walk and turn, 1 out of 4 one-leg stand. DIAC was read and defendant refused the sample. Search warrant before blood was obtained and executed.
All right, Mr. Monet, response to PC?
So the fun part is, besides the fact that One Headlight is a great song written by Bob Dylan's son for the Godsmack soundtrack. He wasn't drunk, Judge. Blood alcohol already came back as a .037. And there are no allegations of any controlled substances.
All right, talk to the state. Talk to the state.
In the OR, it mentions, they ask him if he's on any medication, and my client is on 2 different medications for bipolar and schizophrenia.
Okay.
Which neither of them are gonna cause intoxication. Looking at it, it's drowsiness, I think is the only side effect of which I'm aware of.
All right, well, the officer said that they did field sobriety tests, right, Mr. Yanaway?
Correct.
And what was the results of the HGN?
6 out of 6.
All right, so 6 out of 6, which is, okay.
It's not gonna be
Oh, I know. And what was the other?
If you don't already, I would love it if you would subscribe and like this video. I know that there's been a bunch of
So
technical
3 out of 8
difficulties
is
today and
sufficient
whatnot, but
probable
every day I do
cause.
live videos and do
According to Nick's,
commentary
isn't it
and
2
love
out of-
watching with
2
you
out of,
guys. I really do this as a passion, and I commit a large amount of my day to
Right.
it. And if you would subscribe
Well, I know
and like the
there's
video, it'd
not a
mean the
problem
world
with
to me. You can
HGN,
also throw the
okay?
notification bell on so you
other
know when
one's
I go
3
live
out
every
of,
day. And I also
6, you
post
said, is that
highlight
right?
videos too of some
3 out of
funny
8.
stuff
Okay, that's
or
sufficient on a NHTSA
defendant or
to,
state yelling at each other
believe that someone
or
may be
anything like that
impaired.
too. So
Okay.
I try to dedicate a lot of my time to making you guys happy. So if you could,
So
if
on
you could,
DREs, they're not designed
only
for
if you wanna
DREs or
join
like
in and hang out with me, I would love and appreciate it so much. Thank you.
They will do the SSTs.
At this time,
That's part of it. but
Judge
there's other
Simpson is
tests too,
still
I
not
know.
back
I'm familiar
online,
with the other tests
unfortunately.
they do.
Modified rum.
Mhm.
Yes, but Judge, our.
I am monitoring that
position
closely,
is, and we
however.
talked about this.
Mr. Torres?
We're waiting on the lab report. They're outsourcing it for narcotics. If it comes back with prescription drugs that do not cause HGN, do not cause impairment, that's it. That's the end of the case. But at this point, we believe we have enough probable cause to continue with the case. We got 6 and 6 HGN. I can't remember. Yeah,
2
we
of
have other
6, yeah, I know.
So
Now,
Neither of these 2 drugs are a CNS depressant, which are what's gonna cause HGN.
well, here's the deal about it. All those are fact issues. For probable cause.
So they're trying to say that his
all the
medication
court
possibly
needs
could have
is
caused the issues.
reasonable suspicion, that's it, which is a very low bar,
However,
you know? And so
that's
in
not gonna be
terms
the
of
case.
whether or not he had a controlled substance that caused impairment or things like that, that's a fact issue. So the only thing we're determining is just, is there,
Therapy wasn't drunk. And we know
well,
that from the lab
but that's
they had.
that's not a fact issue for probable cause. Probable cause is only sufficient for an arrest and a charge. That's it. Probable cause is to determine whether there exists enough reasonable suspicion to believe someone might be impaired. Do the field sobriety test, take them into custody, do the blood work, and then if subsequent to that, there is a finding that maybe he's not, that's a fact issue. So you can get with the state and say, okay, state, look, or we have a trial.
If you've
I
never
know.
watched Judge Rodriguez before, he is
All
really a
right,
great
you can yell
judge.
at the state, Mr. McNay.
He can absolutely get aggravated when he needs to be serious, or people don't take him
Okay.
serious. However, he's a very well-tempered judge, and I feel that he genuinely tries to give people second chances and alternative methods to try to rehabilitate themselves and even afterwards. Texas has a rehabilitation program for reintegration into the community from jail. I mean, they really have a great justice program there, and a lot of great judges that try to do their absolute best to give people the opportunity to have a life after jail.
I will say, one of my favorite.
Joshua Span, coming up.
I cannot believe Judge Simpson's. See, the mics were cutting in and out and doing funny stuff, but on top of that, this is the second time today. I really hope they get this figured
I
out.
see your case right here. You're asking for this weapon to be returned to you. I pulled up your case. I see that your case was dismissed, and
He
no
wants a
worries. And
weapon
then I see
returned to
that
him?
you're asking for this Glock. Is it 226? Glock 26? Okay, to be returned to you, right? All right. So let me look at this real quick.
I mean, if his case was
All right, so I just
dismissed
need to fill out this order.
and
Put
it's
Glock
legally owned,
26.
then I don't see why not, right?
Judge, I've got notes saying that forfeiture of the weapon was a condition of the dismissal.
Let me see.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you heard that, but he's checking to see if forfeiture of the weapon
You're right.
was a condition of the dismissal.
All right, Mr. Span, were you aware that when your case was dismissed, or it looks like when there was an agreement made, upon the dismissal of the case, you agreed not to get the weapon back?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I agree. You did, and you completed that. But another condition was, once you completed that, for dismissal, is you complete the gun safety course and you're not getting your gun back. That was the agreement. Now, Nancy, can I give you the case number? You ready? 261-0070. Can you print the motion to dismiss order for me, please? I'll give you a copy, and because I see it right here. And because there was an agreement for your case to be dismissed upon completion of the gun safety course and not getting your gun back, they dismissed the case. So
I wonder
because there
if
was an
that
agreement to do
allows
so,
him
I
to buy
cannot grant
another
this order.
firearm moving forward.
Sorry. So I'll make sure I print you the order here, so that way you'll have it for your
I don't hear him
records.
saying
And if you can print it
that he
for me,
can't.
please. And then, I'm sorry, you had a lawyer that represents you on this case, right? Oh, I don't know if you want to reach out to that attorney to find out what you can do. So if you would, just step right over here and you'll see it right there that says forfeit weapon.
No.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Span. You see where it says forfeit weapon? If you look in the highlighted, it says, yeah.
Yes.
So I can't sign, I'm sorry. So I can't give you your gun back. Talk to your lawyer. I can't give you any legal advice. Sorry. I can't give, you have to talk to an attorney about that. All right, you're welcome. Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't hear him saying that he can't get another firearm.
Man, what a day.
Yeah.
He has had a busy day.
What a day, Millie.
Don't tell me Are they just done? Oh man, I am striking out today. It is just not. Judge Simpson is having technical difficulties that he never has. Judge Rodriguez just went offline. David Fleischer is just gone. I don't know what happened to him. He has not been on at all this week, which is so unusual. I mean, maybe he's off. There was a period of time that that he just wasn't broadcasting live. I can't say that's the case. There is Juanita Jackson in Harris County as well, same as Judge Rodriguez and Judge Fleischer, and she's on. However, I can't say that I'm familiar with her, but that doesn't mean anything. So let's pull her up. Let's see what hers looks like. Give me just a second here. We can make magic happen. And 80, control audio, boom. And then pull her way down here. And then interact.
I share something with the robbery case. I don't know if you're in a position that you can validly have. So you just need this advise you to check that, okay? Yes, ma'am. Okay. I'm gonna sign it. Thank you. Yes, ma'am, thank you.
I did see, Your Honor, my thing with it.
Okay.
Yes, that was my thing.
Okay, I didn't see the number, I just saw disposed. I didn't see that.
Yes.
So she has no conviction.
Yeah.
She has no felonies.
I appreciate you hanging out. If you're still in the stream, through all the difficulties and all the fun stuff that we've had go on today.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I always try and like email cases like.
Because I have trial tomorrow, they just told me, I'm like, no, the people don't tell us, they're very good at dismissing it. That's open.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Hey, I always try to get my people like, hey, let's get them dismissed on pre-trial conference report, so that we're not.
I always like checking out new judges.
I like them. No, I like them, but I don't like. Something lunch. Yeah.
You actually have to press, you actually. Yeah.
That's the same thing.
We were sure that you're on. Yeah. We're not spice. It's not his spice, it's his spice that doesn't burn him out. Hello, are you there next? Yes. Change your charge of DWI first offender with a BAC greater than 0.15. Are you a US citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
The law requires me to tell everyone that if you're not a citizen, you plead guilty, you will be deported. How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because it's true?
Yes, yes.
Has anyone forced or threatened you for your plea?
No, Judge.
Now you're turning over some documents and you signed on the computer. Did you understand everything?
Yes.
You're telling me you don't want a trial?
Okay.
I show a plea bargaining agreement for a time served, which is a sentence of 3 days, Harris County Jail with 1 day credit. The law requires that I suspend your driver's license. You will suspend it for 120 days. You'll
So
get
that's a
credit for
DWI
any
case
ALR
right
or
there.
DPS suspension that we have in this case. And I know that Mr. Stevens has been appointed, the court has already declared you indigent. So I will waive the $6,000 DPS fine. You can step into the park. Thank you.
This is Spirit. I think so. I know she's out there. We just finished the plea.
You did?
No, we finished a different plea.
What I was still here. Really? Yeah, I'll never do that.
For police.
Huh?
Are you ready?
Oh,
Yes.
hello.
Hi, Judge. I spoke to you last week about Mr. Turner and his device that he has in his car. And you said that after 90 days, if he had no bond violations, you can remove it. You did caution that if he gets, I told him about if he takes probation, likely that he would have to have a device. I did caution him of that. He has an issue, so he has a cane, he has like a back issue, so I don't know if you want him to come up here, Judge.
Oh, sorry, is this Aaron Turner?
Yes.
Okay. He has a bond violation from last week.
From last week. I didn't get that. Hold on, Judge, now I gotta go and try to,
Failed to obtain an interlock.
he has an interlock.
As of 5/25, client's interlock has been locked out.
You can walk out. And he's.
Because that was what I approached you on, Judge, that his hand couldn't, he doesn't have the ability to crank it with that thing on it. This is what I approached you about.
I could say I'm crank what?
The car, I think I don't know, the car thing, I don't know if it puts some substantial more, we crank his car to turn the engine on.
Okay.
So this is what this medical document shows.
So he hasn't been driving.
So he hasn't been driving it.
Okay. So Mr. Turner, you haven't been driving the car? Okay. So that's why it's in lockout. And Daniel, so before this, has he been tested? Are we getting any readings?
No, Judge, he's compliant.
He's compliant? Okay,
This is locked up.
okay. But
pitch for BYF Studios and video, if we could be allowed to watch it.
Okay, because I'm not understanding. Okay, you can play it. The court will make a decision whether it's admitted after played. There is no sound.
See if I can find audio on this, Your Honor.
So we hopped over to Judge Elaine Palmer from the Civil Court Associate Judge of Harris County, Texas, while we're waiting once again on the Honorable Judge Cedric Simpson to go live.
Still can't hear anything.
Yeah, I'm not getting any audio either, Your Honor. However, I have a transcript of what's in here, video 3 transcript. It's plaintiff's exhibit W.
Okay, let me go look at W. Can you share W with us real quick?
Yes,
That
Your Honor. I switch
way I
over here real quick.
Scroll through.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I misspoke. It's plaintiff's exhibit V.
V as in Victor.
V as in Victor, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah, I can see it. Okay.
Is it, can you see that, Your Honor?
Yes, I can.
That's lovely.
Okay, well, just reading it, so it's like someone ranting about it. I don't see it as an advertisement. The defendant's objection is sustained in regards to Exhibit 7 and accompanying V, which is the transcript.
All right, I will move on to my next bit of testimony. Mr. Ramath, do you have any other reason to believe that marijuana was used on this premises?
Multiple such examples. I have many photographic evidences taken by my caretaker from the property, from within the property, inside and outside, of remnants of marijuana and cigarettes. And in addition to that, complaints from visitors to the property about an extremely large
That's
smell
definitely
of
evidence.
marijuana coming from various parts of the warehouse, one of those parts being my personal apartment, which is continuously visited in by my caretaker for maintenance. And yes, so those are other avenues through which I have discovered the use of marijuana usage on the property.
Mr. Ramath, I'm going to show you a picture marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit I. Do you recognize the location in this picture?
I do.
And can you tell us what that's a picture of?
It's a picture of a remnant of a marijuana joint, if you may.
Sir, do you recognize the location?
I do.
And what is that location?
It's just outside the building of the warehouse, still within the gates of the premises.
And when did you first observe this picture?
Sorry, I didn't quite get
I'm sorry,
that.
when did you first observe this picture? Exhibit
When
I.
I was first sent this by my caretaker, as he was doing his routine rounds of inspection of the property.
I'm going to show you another picture in Exhibit I. You recognize this?
I do.
And what is that a picture of?
It's a blunt.
Again, a picture of an ashtray. The picture was taken from inside the property, from the table inside the warehouse. This is my property. And again, this shows the breach of rules of smoking marijuana.
Mr. Ramath, I'm going to ask you to refer back to Exhibit A, and I'll move back to Exhibit A. We're going to be looking at page 11, paragraph 16, subparagraph B. Would you please read that for the court?
16B for Bertie, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, it's paragraph 16, subsection B.
Thank you.
Can you make it a little larger, counsel?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Your Honor,
yes,
I'm sorry to interrupt the flow of counsel's questions, but I just want to make sure that Exhibit I has not been admitted into evidence.
That's correct. We just discussed his findings from that evidence.
Okay.
Mr. Ramath, could you please read paragraph 16B?
Tenant may not alter any locks or any security devices on the property or the leased premises without landlord's consent. If landlord authorizes the changing, addition, or rekeying of any locks or other security devices, tenant must immediately deliver the new keys and access devices to the landlord.
Mr. Ramath, did you have security cameras installed on the property prior to leasing this space?
Yes.
And were those security cameras disabled?
Yes.
And did you give authorization for the disablement of those security cameras?
No.
At this time, I would like to turn your attention to paragraph 24 on page 13. Would you please read that for the court?
Assignment and subletting. Landlord may assign this lease to any subsequent owner of the property. Tenant may not assign this lease or sublet any part of the leased premises without landlord's written consent. An assignment of this lease or subletting of the leased premises without landlord's written consent is voidable by landlord. If tenant assigns this lease or sublets any part of the leased premises, tenant will remain liable for all of tenant's obligations under this lease, regardless if the assignment or sublease is made with or without the consent of the landlord.
Did you give the tenant authorization to sublet the premises?
No, I did not.
At this point, I'd like to turn to Plaintiff's Exhibit
I mean, his
E.
contract is pretty sound. I mean, there's not much argument that you can do in there.
Can everybody see that? Do I need to make it larger?
Yes, they can see the photos.
Mr. Ramath, you recognize the picture in Exhibit B?
I do.
And can you tell us what that is?
This is the commercial space that is leased to BY Studios.
And can you tell us whether that space has been advertised for a whole venue rental by BYX Studios?
Yes, it is.
At this point, Your Honor, I'd like to offer Plaintiff's Exhibit C into evidence.
Any objection to Exhibit C being admitted?
I mean, they've got a strong
Yes, Your
case
Honor.
against
It
this guy.
has not been properly authenticated. There is date for this screenshot. Plaintiff hasn't testified as to any background information of how this, like when this was created or how it was. Or
Well, I
any
can see why
dates.
you wouldn't want that entered.
Mr. Remath, when did you first observe this picture?
I observed this when I was checking on various public websites, like the one you're seeing in front of you, Tag Venue. There's another one called Peer Space to check if the property in question has been listed for hourly lease or rentals. And that's when I found these listings. And immediately upon finding, I sent it to San Miguel law firm.
And is this a true and correct copy of the website as you saw it on the first date that you observed it?
Absolutely.
And does it in fact offer a whole venue rental at BYX Studios?
Absolutely.
And is this a violation of the lease that you signed with defendants?
Definitely.
Objection. Improper legal conclusion.
Improper what? I'm sorry, counsel.
Improper legal conclusion.
Okay. Response?
It's not a legal conclusion. It's a contractual term that's clearly been violated. There's no inferential step.
It was in the contract.
Your Honor, the plaintiff is a layperson. He cannot state whether a screenshot is definitively a violation of a lease. That's a legal conclusion.
Well, Your Honor, the plaintiff is the manager of the property, and he is competent to determine whether or not the contract that he signed with defendant has been violated or not. This is absolute visual evidence of the fact that the
How can you even argue that
clause has been violated?
Of course it's been violated.
Your Honor, that does not take into account any other kind of interpretation as to what this is. Again, we are in court to establish if a lease was violated. As a layperson, the plaintiff cannot conclusively state that this is a violation of a lease.
Is it entitled whole venue rental?
That is a description of what it is, but you'll
No,
hear
that's the
testimony
title.
later to controvert that. But I'm stating that plaintiff expressly stating that this is a lease violation is a legal conclusion. He's not an attorney, but it hasn't been established that he is either. So he cannot state that this is illegal or that this is a lease violation.
Well, Your Honor, we're not here to establish whether or not there's been a contractual breach. That's not before the court. The only question is who has the superior right to possession in this case? And this tends to show that the lease has been violated by offering it for sublet. There's again, I fail to see the inferential step that's needed for our client to testify as an attorney. It's not a legal conclusion. It's
Exhibit
a
C.
contractual
Okay.
conclusion.
Exhibit C is admitted.
Good.
Mr. Rema, did you notify the occupants in writing of the material defects of the lease?
I did.
And did you have or cause to be, let me rephrase that. Did you terminate the lease by written notice?
I did.
I'm going to show you what's marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit C, and it's also a letter that shows up in defense's exhibits.
Counsel, I thought the other one was Exhibit C.
No, Your Honor, it's Exhibit B. This is Exhibit C that we're going into now.
Okay, that was B. Okay, so Exhibit
B as in boy, Your Honor.
B is it? Okay.
Do you recognize the document in Exhibit C?
I assume you're asking me. Yes, I do.
And what is that, Mr. Rim?
This is the I would assume it's the letter of termination, a notice of termination that was sent to BY Studios and their legal representatives.
And did the tenant, after receiving this letter, surrender possession to you?
No.
Your Honor, at this time, I pass the witness.
Hey, Ms. eBay, any questions of this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go right ahead.
Mr. Ramnath, you stated, you discussed earlier with your attorney pictures at the property regarding alleged use of marijuana and smoking. Just to be clear, you did not take those pictures yourself.
I did not take those photos myself.
And you don't have an exact date of when those pictures were taken.
Mr. Mueller, can you stop sharing?
Oh, yes, sorry, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're still sharing. Should be at the bottom. Or where's his stop share? Or where's his share or stop share?
Said share.
I mean, I don't even know how you can
While he's
argue
figuring
that.
out,
That evidence was so airtight, and the contracts were so legit.
And you don't have
the
an exact
pictures are
date of
legit.
when those pictures were taken.
Not to hand at this moment, no. But I'm sure there is clear.
This attorney
dates
cannot
and,
figure out how to stop sharing. It's a freaking button
records
at the bottom of the screen.
picture being taken, available, and can be provided.
But you did not provide them today.
I did not provide them, no.
You also stated that you did not personally see anyone smoking or using marijuana or cigarettes at the property.
No, not personally. I live in Dubai. I reside here. I am a foreign resident who owns and manages the property using an authorized representative in an individual named Gaudencio, whose responsibility and actual job is to take care of my property. He has the power of attorney to do that. And
But
he does that for me.
Thank you. But he's not here to testify to what he allegedly saw.
Sure.
Second, call for speculation.
Response to speculation.
It's not speculation. He wasn't present on the Zoom call. He didn't say he was here testifying as a witness.
Reasons why he is or is not here is calls for speculation of the witness.
I didn't ask the reason, Your Honor. I just said he's not here.
All right, move on.
All right. You also discussed the terms of the lease earlier. I just want to reiterate, the lease does not identify, well, it does not define what a nuisance is. Correct?
That's correct.
The lease also does not define what offensive is, does it?
Does not.
She's a terrible attorney.
The lease also does not define the term dangerous, does it?
Doesn't define it, no.
And again, the lease does not specifically state that no smoking is allowed.
That's correct.
And so prior to sending this notice of termination of the lease to Ms. Patrick, did you ever inform her of any other violations of the lease? Well, excuse me, did you ever previously inform her of a violation of the lease?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And that was through a letter dated March 9th?
Email, yes. No, emails to the tenant in the past, raising
Well,
the
it
smoking
appears
issue
that
when I
Harley
received those
is ready for
complaints
me to hop off for the day. I've been broadcasting for
and requesting
over 4
immediate
hours, so
stoppage to the same.
Judge Simpson is still not
But
back online because his
those weren't produced
um,
as any exhibits, were they?
technical
Which you asked me
difficulties.
to
I
notify,
really
I'm
hope he
just
gets
saying
it
I
figured
can't.
out today, his tech team,
Okay, well,
because I watch
there's no
him every
evidence
day and I absolutely
today
love
of you
it.
doing
So
that, is there?
Today at this
I hope to
moment,
bring
Derek can answer that better.
more
Sorry,
Judge Simpson to you
my lawyer can
tomorrow.
answer that better.
The puppy has had it.
What was your
So
response, Mr.
I'm
Mueller?
going to log off for the day.
I said it.
I hope you
object
all
that it
have a
calls for
wonderful
legal
day. Thank you
conclusion.
so much for watching Live with
There's no
Cowboy.
evidence calls for legal conclusion. from
Please
the
like and
client. We've
subscribe.
established
You
that
can
he's
also
not
turn
here to
on the
testify as an
notification
attorney.
bell. That way you're notified when I go live or post one of my highlight
Any
videos.
response
I
to
really
the
appreciate you
objection, if
guys. Thank
any?
you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm
Take care.
not
I'll see
asking
you
him to make
tomorrow.
a legal conclusion. I'm simply asking